See, the usual gang of misfits and dope addicts are here.
Well, unless he's doing a remake of John Carpenter's Halloween, it's always nice to hear Trent Reznor. But is there a reason?
I can't say
No.
on this day.
You can't.
It was on this past weekend because we weren't here.
Around this time.
Around this time.
Good. That works as well. That works well. It's a good replacement for on this day.
It's over the weekend. Around this time.
Yeah.
In 1989.
Yeah.
Pretty Hate Machine.
I was going to say that some songs immediately take you back to a time and place. That song immediately takes me back to college.
1989.
Well,
K-Ute Radio.
First album.
no, just say KU. Don't say
just-
radio. It's not radio.
K-Ute Radio. My radio career began.
It's still just an intercom. Yeah.
Did they finally get it?
No. I don't believe so. They broadcast to the union.
It's a
building.
streaming service. It's not.
It's
an online. It's an internet radio.
And that did up their listenership to 40.
You shut up.
There are 40 people who listen to
Now, Bill, I think you're being generous.
Now, 1986, or 9, but it takes me back to that time when we were in that spider-infested studio.
Mm-hmm.
Makes me think about that a
was
little
it
bit.
89?
Yeah. So there's that liner we just played. Liner meaning it's the deep voice, snide. That snide guy who says things about us, and he says, they used to be in this spider-infested studio, and they still now they're in a fancy studio, and they still find things to bitch about. Well, that is true. We've been bitching since at least 1986.
Yes.
We're really good at it by now.
But I'm just wondering if our boss didn't ask that guy to do that liner.
I don't know.
If he went to him and said, you know what, I built this beautiful studio for them, and they're still bitching.
Nothing's good enough.
So, do something about that, and that's where that liner came from.
Bitch.
That's exactly right. So I guess we ought to officially begin the show in a couple of minutes.
This part.
And
is,
check-ins
nothing.
today.
Yeah.
Let me just tell you this for check-ins.
Okay.
If you're debating on whether to call in or not for check-ins, we have a giveaway today. It's a performance starring Bill Allred.
What? I don't know about this. What is this?
You
About the
actually
performance
you
or the
don't.
giveaway?
You don't know. You don't know about.
I
this,
don't know about any
actually.
of it.
White Rabbit, Red Rabbit. It's a slyly humorous, audaciously pointed theater entertainment meets social experiment.
The social experiment part of it is I'm going to be performing at one night, and I think it's November 4th.
Yep.
We're giving tickets away for that performance, and the social experiment is I have no idea what it is.
So the random checker inner will get tickets to that November 4th. It runs through December 2nd with different readers, but Bill is only there one night.
That one night. And it's limited, small. It's a small audience. Now, it's usually about 80 people, but they sold those out really quick.
So you can still get tickets
for
to
my night.
your night?
Yeah, so you can still buy some, and we still have some to give away. They've increased I think they doubled it or something like that. But it's still a really small number of people. So anyway.
So that's in check-ins, 877-602-9696.
That's where you call us here just early in the morning here and tell us what you're doing with your day, how hard you plan to work. We'll gauge how hard we should work based on that information. And we always like to hear from you. So call 877-602-9696, and we'll keep an ear out for you. I would say keep an eye out for you.
Yeah.
Because we're going to talk about our good friends at Hoops Vision here.
All right, ready?
Yeah, I think so.
Hoops Vision Correction.
Well, it is fall, and you can feel it in the air. It's brisk and nice, and our good friends at Hoops Vision want you to be able to see these beautiful, stunning fall colors without having to wear glasses or contact lenses. You know how it is when you try to go to the gym with contacts or glasses.
The worst.
Ride your bike. It's horrible. Well, now you're free to enjoy the beautiful outdoors how you want to live it. Hoops Vision is offering their Fall Into Savings LASIK special. Call 877-30-LASIK for details. Fall into great savings and great vision thanks to LASIK at Hoops Vision, Flex, and Health Savings accounts. You can use those.
Oh, it is that time of year. Yes, you need to start thinking about that.
They are gladly accepted, so take your savings to a whole new level. Schedule a free LASIK consultation today. Just call 877-30-LASIK. That's 877-305-2745. Find out more about their fall special by going to hoopsvision.com.
With all the crap that's going on in the world today, I think we should just go bowling.
Well, it just so happens we're having our Halloween bowling mixer Monday, October 30th at Fat Cats in Salt Lake.
Put on a costume, or don't put on a costume, and join us Monday, October 30th at Fat Cats, 3739 South, 900 East, from 6 to 8 p.m. It's just $9.63 for unlimited bowling, including your shoes and glow golf, too.
Bring a date or the whole family. Fat Cats will be having their annual trunk or treat with lots of candy and a costume raffle to win a Nintendo Switch, with proceeds going to a local charity.
I think there'll be beer and pizza, too. Standard prerequisites for a night of bowling.
Hope to see you there. You can find out more details at x96.com.
It is the 23rd century. Humans have left the lonely confines of planet Earth and have sought their destiny among the stars. While many things have changed, one constant remains: the need for young men to venture forth and do the work of the Lord. This is the tale of two such men who at the age of 19 have answered the call of their general authorities and are embarking on a 2-year mission to spread the gospel throughout the entire galaxy. This is the story of Space Elders!
Today, we join our missionaries as they land on a remote planet called Triskelion.
Hey, Lehi, ever wonder where Zone Leader Hansen finds planets no one has ever heard of to send us to?
Well, I'm sure these folks just call the 1-800 Subspace Channel and request visits by missionaries.
Well, we've been on Triskelion for over a minute now, and no one's made an attempt on our lives. I'd say so far so good.
Well, these are the agreed-upon coordinates. We were supposed to wait here for them to contact us.
What the flip?
Hey, where are we now?
You are in a cavern miles below the surface of Triskelion.
Looky, Butch, disembodied brains. Who are you guys?
We are the providers. 200 quatlus for the tall one. 300 quatlus for the tall one.
Excuse me, providers. I'm Lehi Christiansen, and this is Elder Jensen.
500 quatlus for Elder Jensen.
As I was saying, we represent the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints.
You know, the Mormons.
600 quatlus for Elder Jensen.
We was wondering if you had heard of our church and if you'd like to hear more.
700 quatlus for Elder Jensen, and I'll let you have the fat one for free.
Hey, wait just a minute. Missionaries come in pairs. You can't split us up. We are a package deal.
Okay. 800 quatlus for both of the Mormons. That's my final offer.
Did we just get sold to that glowing brain under the glass doodad over there?
That's what it sounded like. We'd better get to the bottom of this.
Excuse me. It's me over here, Lehi.
You know, the fat one.
But you're not helping.
Sorry.
If you brains are done talking amongst yourselves, we'd just like to talk to you about joining our faith.
Silence! You are now a drill thrall. You will fight in the arena for our amusement until you are dead.
I don't like the looks of this.
Come on, don't be such a wussy. We have these big stick thingies to defend ourselves with, and our opponent is a scantily clad woman with big breasts. Come on, lady, take your best shot. Ow! Hey, I wasn't ready. Try that again, I dare you. Ow!
Hey, that's gonna leave a mark. Hey, provider guys, care to make a new wager?
300 quatlus on the missionaries. 400 quatlus on the scantily clad woman with big breasts.
How would you like to wager your eternal souls?
Make this good, or we will teleport you onto the surface of Triskelion Sun.
Okay, here's the deal. If we win, we get to go free, and you donate 1,000 quatloos to the LDS Church Missionary Program. We lose, and we will remain drill thralls and fight for your amusement.
I don't know. That's a lot of quatloos.
Oh, you chicken?
You have a wager. You two against all of the other drill thralls.
Oh, well, it was nice knowing you, Lehigh.
Don't sweat it, Butch. I got a plan. Is this the end of Butch and Lehigh? Will they spend the rest of their very short lives as drill thralls? Can quatloos be used to pay tithing? How exactly would you baptize a disembodied brain anyway? Tune in next time to hear Lehigh say, "Put down your stick, Butch, and follow my lead."
But we couldn't take a prissy girl thrall, and you think we can take on all them without weapons?
Trust me. Excuse me, drill thralls. I'm Elder Christiansen of the LDS Church. My companion, Elder Jensen,
Hi.
and I were wondering if you'd like to learn more about the Mormon Church.
Hey, where's everybody going?
Foul! You cheated! I demand a rematch!
On the next eye-gouging episode of Space Elders.
7602-9696 or text us at 33986. Message and data rates apply.
Ooh, I just got excited.
Why is that, Gina?
Well, we're going to start the show
We
here.
have to officially begin the program here, and you're holding things up.
No,
What?
this is the sponsor of opening the show.
Well, okay.
White Rabbit, Red Rabbit runs November 4th through December 2nd with different readers for each performance. Tickets are $20 general public, $5 for you students, $10 for other students. You can purchase them at the Kingsbury Hall box office or online at utahpresents.org. Show contains mature content. Discretion is advised.
That's right. They said to me when they asked me if I wanted to do it, they said, it contains some language. Are you okay with language? I said, me? Do you know who you're talking to? Of course I'm okay with language. All right, let's officially begin the program. The moon is a waxing crescent moon. 13% of full. We'll have a full moon on November 3rd, the night before I do my performance of White Rabbit, Red Rabbit. And the moon will rise today at 11:19 a.m., today being Monday. It's the 23rd day of October in the year of our Lord 2017. And this is North America's most consumptive radio broadcast. Ooh. It's the Radio from Hell show, starring the Lords of Morning Radio, Carrie Jackson, Bill Allred, and Gina Barberi. She is also a Lord of Morning Radio. People call in and they say, "Good morning, Lords and Lady." It kind of bugs me. You're a Lord. You are a Lord of the Morning Radio.
All right.
I think people shouldn't say Lords and Lady.
And I'm certainly not a lady.
Now that you've been promoted, you need to know a couple of things.
Uh-oh, okay.
First of all, there's a lot more responsibility and your pay stays the same. Those are the things you need to know.
That's right. Yeah. Richard Thomas Stedman is the producer of the show. Dylan Allred is producing video for the show. Katie for short is here helping out. And today is National Mole Day.
Mole?
As in the animal or as in the part of your body?
Neither. It is...
Mole?
It is chemistry majors, teachers, and chemistry buffs. This is a special day for you. National Mole Day commemorates Avogadro's number. To thoroughly enjoy National Mole Day, one must first understand what a mole in chemistry is. It's a unit of measurement. I took chemistry. They tried to explain moles to me, and I never, ever,
That's why you're not a chemist.
ever understood it.
I'd rather it be the skin condition. Yeah. That makes more sense.
Yeah. And it's actually also another day, too. It's a national TV talk show host.
That I can understand.
So we're okay
We
with
can
that.
get that.
All
Okay.
right. All right.
Let's begin. Check-ins. Yes.
Check-ins brought to you by Black Diamond Equipment, caring for everything you need. Most Utah Mountain Sports, located at 39 South, 2092 East.
We will start with Marissa.
Marissa?
Hi, Marissa.
Hello. Thanks for letting me listen.
You're welcome. Is this the first time you've ever checked in?
Nope, it's my second.
Okay. What do you have for us today?
So I'm just heading into work up at the U at the burn unit, but I just got back from a long weekend trip in Las Vegas, so I'm trying to find the give a poop today to get through it.
How were things in Las Vegas, Marissa? You had a good time?
Yeah, it was fun.
Did you go to a show?
I did. I went to Mystere.
That's a good one.
Isn't that great? I've seen that several times, and it's always great.
Yeah, it's amazing. The singers in it were really good.
Have you seen any of the other shows that they do?
I did see, so I went on a cruise in the spring, and there was like a traveling show on our cruise of the Cirque show, and it was really good.
Yeah.
And then, I don't know, probably 5 or 6 years ago, I saw Zumanity.
Yeah. Did you like that?
Yeah, it was good too.
There's naked people in there, right?
I know. Yeah, I went to see it with my.
there is.
I went to see it with my son. All right, Marissa.
Thanks, Marissa.
Thanks for checking in.
Thank you. Let's go to Casey. Hello, Casey.
What's up with you today?
Good morning.
Casey, what's up with you?
I'm excited to say I get to see Bill Allred again on November 4th.
Oh, you got the. You won the tickets.
You won the tickets.
I got the ticket.
Great.
Yes.
Make sure you say. I have no idea what this is either, Casey.
They purposely kept you in the dark.
They told me don't look up anything about this play. I will get. I'm promising. I get the script. It's just me, one man performance, one person performance, and I get the script about an hour before.
Oh, so you at least get. I was under the impression that you went up on stage, they handed you an envelope and said, "Go."
It's almost that way, but it's I get the script. I get to just sort of look over it.
Okay,
that's it. So we'll see you then, Casey. And what are you doing today?
I'm actually driving on my way to work, headed to the Standard Examiner, so headed to Ogden.
Oh, the Standard Examiner.
Oh, you're our social media person there. Yeah,
that's right.
All right, Casey.
Yeah.
Thanks for checking in.
Thanks. Have a great day.
Bye.
We'll see you. Let's go to Karen from Wendover.
We're getting our update here, Karen, on the.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I do have an update for you.
Mm-hmm.
Lee's opens on Wednesday.
Lee's Discount Liquor
opens on Wednesday, and
Radio from Hell broadcasting live from Lee's Discount.
We should be there.
We should.
We really should be there.
We should.
And then, have you heard anything more about the? Because someone told me that the marijuana dispensary will be in that same building or the same complex or something. Do you know anything about that yet?
Well, we haven't heard any more on that yet.
Nothing yet.
Okay.
Well,
Thanks for the update.
Keep us posted.
Thank you very much, Karen.
Have a good day.
Bye.
Bye.
Now here comes.
Are you checking in, Dylan?
Yes.
Can I have Wednesday off? I'm taking Wednesday off.
Wednesday. Well, maybe we'll send you out there.
Okay, a correspondent, a Lee's Discount Liquor correspondent.
Facebook Live from
or something.
Yeah.
Let's talk after the show.
All right,
Let's
we'll
see
see
what
what
we
it
do.
is.
Great.
we need to get some sort of yay ready, Carrie. London FOP.
Yes.
Oh, good.
Oh, that's.
We've been waiting.
Yes.
Baby Imogen.
Imogen.
Doing fantastic. 7 pounds, 11 ounces. Give it what you want. I'm on cloud 9 with my beautiful little girl.
Oh.
We've been waiting for our
That's
first Our first friend of the program, born in London.
Gave the baby a kind of an English name, didn't they?
Imogen.
It's lovely.
Imogen.
Let's see. Loring from Bed Bath & Beyond in Layton checking in. Please give at least 75%. For I stayed up until midnight playing Tom Clancy: The Division. All right.
Well, somebody says the Lords, I've always been a Lord. When they refer to lady, it's Richie.
Maybe that's it. Maybe that's what they mean.
Here's
a lady in waiting. He's a lady in waiting.
He's a lady in waiting for me to die, is what he's doing. I could use a solid 60% after being up all night with my wife at the ER. Oh, that's too bad. Let's see. Tim the Tree Guy checking in. Meg the Manager is on day 32. I'm starting to question her sanity.
She's hiring at the, is it a Rite Aid or a Walgreens? She's hiring.
Yeah, she's hiring
one of them.
for something.
It's one of them all-night drugstores. Nick the Mason is checking in.
Hi, Nick.
Hey, guys.
Yeah, Nick, what's up with you today?
Well, I'm heading out back to Layton again. I don't know. I'm not really that tired, but I got my brother-in-law to start watching The Walking Dead now.
Oh,
all right.
Finally, after all this time?
Finally.
Yeah.
I just tweeted. Go to my Twitter at RFHGina when you have a minute. Walking Dead, Sesame Street did a parody with Cookie Monster.
Yeah, I heard about that.
It's so cute. There's a Michonne Muppet, has the dreadlocks. And Cookie Monster is Rick with a cowboy hat. Go watch it. It's really cool.
Carl.
Oh, well, on Friday,
okay.
I think I almost got a publican talk. My brother-in-law saved me, so I don't think I'm going to drink downtown anymore.
Yeah, don't do that, Nick.
You know.
I had some awesome girls rubbing my back and helping me throw up, but I didn't even get to tell them thanks or anything.
Nick the Mason, did you know the drummer from Pink Floyd is Nick Mason? Just so you know. All right.
Really?
Yeah.
Go carry some hod, man.
We'll see you.
No.
Let's see. Ogden shut
Cookie
in.
Monster Rick again, please.
Hey.
Carl.
You want me to stay in the house? Is that what you want?
You know, the public is not the only ones who make fun of him for saying it that way. I saw a special this weekend, a Walking Dead special, getting ready for the premiere and all that. And they had the entire cast making fun of
Rick.
I can't remember the actor's name, the way he says
Andrew
Carl.
Lincoln.
Yeah.
And then they get Andrew Lincoln. He says, "Why couldn't they have named him Billy?" It's because he's British and is having trouble saying it in American. So he could have named him Billy. I would have been great. Billy. See, I could do that, but no, they had to anyway. Let's see. Traffic. Do you have?
Oh, already?
Yeah, I guess we have to give. And it's still UEA, isn't it?
No,
it's the deer hunt.
They're back.
Are they back?
It's the deer hunt.
Okay,
they're back. Let's see. But people are not home yet because no delays so far on the major roads. Very few people out moving. Freeway speeds. Unless you see something you want to report, do that by texting it to us 33986. Brought to you by Snowbird. Stop by one of the upcoming recruiting events November 1st, 7th, and 15th, or apply online at snowbird.com.
Let's see. We want to tell you about another live performance.
Live at the Eccles?
Yeah, live at the Eccles.
What are they doing?
They're presenting a live performance of a public radio show you might be familiar with. It's pretty popular, called Snap Judgment. Oh. This is Friday, October 27th at the Eccles Theater. The Snap Live Twisted Tour, hosted by master storyteller Glenn Washington, who weaves his own stories along with a dynamic core of gifted storytellers like Dawn Reed, Joyce Lee, Jen Korber, Jamie DeWolf. These are people that you would be familiar with if you listen to Snap Judgment. Also James Judd. They're backed by the Snap Players Band. It's storytelling with a beat. It's kind of heart-wrenching and hilarious at the same time. Snap Judgment delivers intimate musical brand of narrative. So Snap Judgment Live this Friday, October 27th, at the Eccles Theater downtown. Tickets are available at arttix.org, or
you can win them from us right now, 877-602-9696.
These are VIP tickets. You can win them right now. You can get, and you meet the cast afterward.
Oh, that's very cool.
With these tickets we're giving you. So.
All right. Coming up next, Big Boy News and Opinioendo and Sports with Amy Donaldson. Stand by.
X96 is Utah's original alternative with a 1-hour nonstop music wingding coming up right after Radio from Hell.
But 19 science-backed ways that men can appear more attractive to women.
There you go, Richie.
I'm in.
And then there's a picture of Ryan Gosling.
Well, he doesn't have to do anything. He's already doing it all.
Former Mormon Ryan Gosling.
Read on for simple ways to step up your dating game, it says.
Okay, I'm ready.
Look for the universal signals of flirtation. A woman smiles at her admirer, lifts her eyebrows.
What are you doing, Gina? Why would you do
Isn't
that
that
to
the
me?
universal symbol of...
What is it? Yeah, that's it.
Is that it?
That's what they're saying right
Winking?
there. Yeah.
Okay.
Aren't you?
Sequential flirting gestures.
Sequential.
Distinctive. Yeah, and that's it. When Gina does that, men rush to her because they think she has epilepsy.
Yeah.
Look for somebody in your league. Don't try and...
Richie, somebody
Know
in
where
your
you're
league.
at. No, listen, always just one step up from where I'm at.
One step up?
Yeah.
Okay.
Present yourself as high status.
How do you... Your obligatory free T-shirt doesn't...
No, and your man bun doesn't do it. But if so if you have like a Ford Fiesta or a Bentley, high status with the Bentley. Try and have some trappings.
So buy a car you can't afford so you can get a woman?
That's just an example. Have some trappings of a status that is perhaps higher than what you really are.
It's because women are shallow? Is that where this list is going?
Yep. I mean, no. Character, personality, sense of humor.
You know what women are? They're ball break. I'm sorry. Try to look older. Look a little older. Women prefer like the George Clooney, Silver Fox kind of look a little bit older.
Okay.
All right.
So far, I'm none of these.
Grow a light beard.
Okay.
Now, by light, that's not the color of the hair.
No. Then they show...
Is my beard too long for a light beard?
Yeah, yours is like a full beard.
Okay.
Light beard is like scruff.
Okay.
They're showing a picture of David Beckham. I think that's who that is.
Okay.
David Beckham doesn't.
So I need to trim back the beard a little bit.
Yeah.
That I can do.
Yeah.
He always had that kind of... build some muscle, but not too much.
But Richie's got muscle.
Not too much.
Richie works out a lot.
Not too much.
But I can put my arms down, so it's not too much.
Right.
Right.
Show him the gun show.
Sun's out, guns out.
Yeah.
All right, it's time for Big Boy News and Opinioendo. Then we'll get to sports with Amy Donaldson coming up. Looks like she just pulled up. Big Boy News now brought to you by...
The 2017 Day of the Dead celebration is Saturday, October 28th at West Valley's Cultural Celebration Center. Authentic Mexican culture, food, beverages, entertainment for all ages. Admission is $5 for adults, free for kids 12 and under. Find details at culturalcelebration.org.
My first story is for you, Gina.
I love it when you do.
Can you just put up that picture I asked you for, Dylan? Can you put that up now? Ageless beauty, Catherine Zeta-Jones.
Oh, your mortal enemy.
It says here, ageless beauty.
Yeah,
Ageless. Catherine Zeta-Jones shows a lot of thigh at a movie premiere. That's all I wanted, was just to read that headline and show you that picture of ageless beauty.
Well, see, they get away with not lying about her age there if they just say ageless. You can't call them on saying she's younger than she is.
If you go to x96.com/live, you can see her right now. Gina, is she older than you?
She claims to be younger than me.
Well, what is the truth?
I think she's older than me, or at least my same age.
There she is.
I don't believe she's younger than me.
Maybe we'll just leave that picture up throughout the whole...
Through the whole news?
Through the whole... no. But there you go, Gina. It's ageless beauty. Showing a lot of thigh, Catherine Zeta-Jones. John McCain. I think he's on his last legs.
He's going down swinging is what he's doing.
Boy, I'll tell you, is he ever. Senator McCain, yes?
Oh, I thank him for doing this. I just wish he wouldn't have waited so long.
Well,
he's got perspective now.
He doesn't, and maybe he's saying to himself, why have I turned away from certain things because of politics all my career? He's done it. I mean, he's been one of the more straight-talking people in politics, but even him.
But at the same time, he allowed Sarah Palin to happen, and that just kind of led to where we are now.
Anyway, Senator McCain appeared to heap more criticism on President Trump during an interview on Sunday, saying it is wrong for high-income Americans to dodge the draft, or it was for them to dodge the draft during the Vietnam War. There's been some talk of bringing back the draft, which is a horrible idea. Mainly because it's not fair. It's not fair.
And
that's why it's a horrible idea.
But they want to bring it back because recruitment is down.
One aspect, but it is absolutely, it was unfair the way it was done before, and that's what McCain was talking about, because poor people, a lot of minorities, middle-class people got drafted. Wealthy people were able to go to a doctor and get a deferment.
Or go to college.
Yeah. One aspect of the conflict, by the way, that I will never, ever countenance is that we drafted the lowest income level of America, and the highest income level found a doctor that would say they had a bone spur,
He specifically said bone spur.
Now, that's a direct slam at Donald Trump, who got a draft deferment from the Vietnam War because he had 4 or 5 bone spurs.
They were huge.
In one of his feet, he can't remember which foot.
They were the biggest bone spurs ever.
So
tremendous
bone spurs. Defined now.
Yeah. They were spurs.
People were talking about
it. Was enough of a problem, it was difficult from the long-term
you had
walking
a rich
standpoint.
Dad. You had a rich
it was
dad.
No, it was difficult. I wouldn't have been able to do any of that long-term walking that they do.
Well, it's okay. We can put you in the commissary.
Yeah.
I believe it was a big league bone spurs. That's what they were, big league bone spurs.
I'm big league bone spurs.
And of course, McCain served in Vietnam. He was a prisoner of war for more than 5 years.
Well, and he was
at the Hanoi Hilton, and after his plane was shot down.
He was a rich kid that went and served.
And there were kids who did. There were kids who did. Rich kids who said, "I'm going to go serve," and McCain was one of them. And then you'll of course remember Donald Trump slamming him for being a prisoner of war.
Yeah.
During the campaign.
I like the people who don't get captured. Those are the real ones. Yeah.
A new landmark study on the public health impacts of global pollution have found that toxic air, water, and soil are responsible for the deaths of 9 million people every year, more than the number that die from war, hunger, malaria, and AIDS combined. Every year. The study, published on Friday in The Lancet, warned that pollution is so dangerous that it, quote, threatens the continuing survival of human societies. According to the study, which pulled data from the World Health Organization ongoing Global Burden of Disease project, pollution accounts for 16% of deaths worldwide, 15 times more than deaths from war and conflict, and 3 times more than deaths from AIDS, tuberculosis, and malaria combined. Now, if you look at a map of where this pollution is concentrated, the United States actually, North America in general, not too bad.
Mm-hmm.
But
even the Salt Lake Valley.
But but in third world countries, Asia, it is absolutely hideous.
And that's because for the longest time, we've had government regulations to keep it low.
Well, and here comes my next story.
Yes.
So if you look, go back, put that back up, Dylan, just for a second. If you go to x96.com/live, you can see all that red area. That's where it's really horrible. The green areas, the pollution is not too bad. Although you see those pockets of yellow and the green.
Yeah.
So it's getting worse. And so now the EPA, the Environmental Protection Agency, has canceled speaking appearances of 3 agency scientists who were scheduled to discuss climate change and pollution at a conference on Monday in Rhode Island, according to the agency and several people involved. John Conkes, an EPA spokesman and former Trump campaign operative in Florida, confirmed that the agency scientists would not speak of the state of the Narragansett Bay and Watershed Program in Providence. He provided no further explanation for that. I think we didn't want these scientists talking.
Yep.
There are wildfires here in Utah now, forcing the some evacuations in Wasatch County. Several wildfires near Strawberry Reservoir that forced about 25 people from their homes yesterday. Officials evacuated residents from Soldier Creek Estates, where the fire threatened mostly cabins. The Soldier Creek fire has burned about 600 acres. And did you... So this woman was is a woman, she was out hiking in Summit County, and a female moose, and her calf were in the path.
Uh-oh.
And that moose really got after her, trampled her. She's in the hospital. Robin Cahoon of the Utah Division of Wildlife Resources said a couple walking on the trail came upon the woman near the mother moose and calf on Sunday. The moose was acting aggressive, so the couple backed away. Once it was safe to approach, the couple got the woman, carried her to safety. Not immediately clear to what extent the woman was injured, but she was not able to move, obviously. She was lying in the trail. Now, the wildlife officials said that they were out looking now for the moose and its calf. So for being a protective mother, what are they going to do? It says they were looking for the moose. Why don't they just
let her be?
Yeah.
I don't know what they'll end up doing if they find the moose, but I hate to think. And I have to apologize for cutting anyone who is either Donald Trump or standing close to Donald Trump any slack at all. I cut Donald Trump a little bit of slack on Friday, and John Kelly a great deal of slack because of his remarks about his son and about this congresswoman in Florida. He said that she was an empty barrel, and that he was at an event with her where they were dedicating a building to fallen, I believe it was FBI agents. And he spoke movingly of the FBI agents. James Comey, the FBI director, spoke movingly of the FBI agents who had fallen. And then he said this empty barrel of a congresswoman, all she talked about was how she was able to secure funding for the building.
Not true.
Not true.
Not even close to true.
No.
There's video
Total lie.
There's a video of a 2015 speech delivered by Representative Frederica S. Wilson, revealed Friday that John Kelly misrepresented her remarks when he accused her of bragging about securing $20 million for a South Florida FBI building and twisting President Barack Obama's arm to get the money. Kelly made his comments in defending Donald Trump and his remarks to the widow of the fallen soldier in Niger. She never mentioned pleading. The video shows she never mentioned pleading with Obama, and she acknowledged the help of several Republicans, including John Boehner, then House Speaker, and other Republicans for getting the money. Ms. Wilson said in an interview on Friday that Mr. Kelly is a liar, and she hinted strongly that the altercation, prompted by a call from President Trump, was racially charged. The White House is full of white supremacists, she said. And
just going back to the money, not only did she not say that in the speech, that money was secured before she was even involved with the building. So it's not even something she would have said, maybe, because the funding was didn't.
So maybe
she was not in any position to.
No. So maybe John Kelly has learned his lesson.
No.
I think he might have because he, unlike Donald Trump, now Trump has continued to fight with this congresswoman,
He's doing it this
calling her
morning
the
again. This morning again.
But John Kelly, when this came out, zipped his lip and has not said anything, and I doubt he will say anything, which would be the smart course of action for our president.
Which is why he won't.
He's tweeting about it this morning.
Let's see, we got to do sport. Do we have time to do that Mickey Rourke story at all?
No.
Oh, you do?
No.
Okay.
Weather, traffic.
Weather is nice today. 64, partly sunny. Should be lovely fall day for you. Hoops Vision. Call for your free LASIK consultation. It's your life. See it better. Take control. Make the call, 877-30-LASIK, or go to hoopsvision.com. Traffic's getting a little busier now on I-15. Northbounders should expect slower traffic in Lehigh and from Draper to Midvale, but no accidents to report so far. Focus on the road. Sean Hogan and Everest Collision want you and your loved ones to get home safe and sound. Stop texting and driving. Download the Everest Collision app responsibly. Sports.
And now.
Brought to you by Snowbird. Hosting its annual Customer Appreciation Days, Saturday and Sunday, receive a complimentary aerial tram ride with a 3-can donation to the Utah Food Bank or $6 donation to the Wasatch Adaptive Sports. Details at snowbird.com.
Amy Donaldson Sports. Break.
Amy, did you see that picture of the ageless beauty, Catherine Zeta-Jones, showing thigh? Did you see that?
I was looking at that.
Yeah, wasn't she look great? Anyway.
Is that meant to torture me?
Why are you?
No,
why are you bringing that up?
Contrasting.
It's meant to torture Gina. That's why I bring it up.
My outfit, which shows nothing.
Well, you're also an ageless beauty. You're just not showing thigh. That's
no side by side with me and Catherine Zeta-Jones, Dylan.
Oh, nice, Dylan. X96.com/live. You're beautiful, Gina. Look at that.
I actually, when I had my glasses on and I looked at that and I thought it was Gina.
Oh.
I was like, why are they doing that?
Anyway, sports. Right. Amy writes for the Deseret News, and you have a column today?
I do. It's on losing, believe it or not. It says I've watched a lot of losing.
There's a lot of not good things this weekend.
Well, let's.
There's some. I disagree.
Yeah, where do we start?
Yeah.
So losing, teams hate it. Fans really hate it. I cannot believe I guess the uproar and the discussion,
the vitriol
about who should get fired and what's wrong. And I've never heard so much wisdom from people who have no idea what's happening inside the locker room. So.
Well, talk about that.
So anyway, my column is about losing, and it's on your website, I believe. So, but college football was a mixed bag actually this week. So Utah gets stomped by ASU 30-10.
They were not supposed. That was not supposed to happen.
That was not supposed to happen. I think it was. Everyone thought it would be a close game.
They're a little lost right now. They're a little.
Yeah.
Were you in the? You were in the locker room, so you can. know.
No, I saw
who should get fired.
Gina has at least a reasonable opinion. So,
they're a little lost.
They did not, as Kyle Whittingham put it, and this is a story that you guys have linked on your website. They are without an offensive identity, and that is not good. 7 games into the season. To not know who you are offensively.
So you've mentioned our website twice without saying your website, x96.com.
Yeah. Well, see, I don't know. I don't have this
That's
broadcast training that you have.
I always say dnews.com.
That's our job, not hers.
Let's see. BYU lost its 6th consecutive game. First time since 1968.
Wow.
It lost to East Carolina.
The one they should have won.
They were both 1-6 going in.
Gina,
Worst defense.
The Utes should have won that game on
We are
Saturday.
finished with that story. We've moved on to another story.
Just pointing it
Don't
out.
worry, Gina will have more pain later in the broadcast. Weber State, though, beat Cal Poly.
Oh, good.
Yeah, 17-3. SUU upset number 8 Eastern Washington. So, you know, if you're a
That's
T-Birds fan-
two wins in a row for them.
Yeah, actually, they're having a great season. And so that upset is pretty big deal. Utah State beat UNLV 52-28. So their quarterbacks had a heck of a game. But let's see, Major League Baseball, very important sports, is not psychic, and the Astros beat the Yankees 4-0 to advance to the World Series.
He was very, very close.
Where they will face the Dodgers. I think he was a little worried that he might actually be psychic.
Sports Illustrated is predicting that Houston will win.
It would be interesting. So Houston has never won the World. They never won a World Series, and the Dodgers have not won since in 29 years. So it'll be fun. The East Coast hates it, and I'm not sure how broadcast feels about it, but I think it's fantastic.
Broadcast was rooting for a New York LA.
Sure, that's more people care about New York, LA.
Well, they think
than
more people
Houston.
care about
They
that.
think.
But I think that
Amy's right.
I think a lot of us care that I think it's going to be great to see what Houston does. So we'll see what happens. But in the NFL, Tom Brady can still play. I'm covering something else, and I get a text from Very Important Sports that says, I hate Michigan and I hate Tom Brady, but the 40-year-old guy can still play. Yeah. Kyle Van Noy, if you haven't seen some video of former BYU linebacker, he had a great game and some great plays. So the Patriots beat the Falcons. The Dolphins beat the Jets. The Jaguars just annihilated the Colts. Cowboys killed the 49ers. And, in fact, their kicker, who strained his groin, they decided to let their safety, who hasn't kicked since high school, be their kicker. So
go on out there.
You can watch some video of that guy, and literally it clangs really loud. You can hear it. It clangs off the upright, and then he misses really. But they're probably going to pick up a kicker this week, I would assume. So, and on Thursday, you probably already mourned this loss.
Yeah.
But your Chiefs lost.
It was
to
a
the Oakland
great
Raiders.
game,
To the
though.
Oakland Raiders.
Really?
But they're their mortal enemy, the Oakland Raiders.
That's a rivalry?
Yeah.
Gina's making it right.
Mortal.
No, it is.
Mortal
That's-
enemies.
That is
mortal.
That's a long-standing rivalry.
That's worse than immortal.
It's so bad that most of the Kansas City team, they were threatening to commit seppuku after the.
Is there a reason that Kansas City might have a problem with the city of Oakland?
I don't know. My husband explained it to me once, and I don't.
I'm just trying to figure out because they seem
I just know what the man said.
pretty disconnected. I don't know.
Real Salt Lake wins. They beat Kansas City 2-1, but they don't make the playoffs.
Doesn't matter.
Because both San Jose and FC Dallas won. San Jose gets the playoff spot because they have more wins. That's the tiebreaker.
So they're done. That's it for the
And there's a
season.
great column by Brad Rock you should read about Mike Petke. So lots of Mike Petke fans after the turnaround.
Who?
He's the new
The new coach.
Of
Yeah.
Real.
The guy who
know,
said,
Keep up, Bill.
No, I know this stuff. There are people listening who may not.
Keep up, listeners who don't know. Just read Brad Rock's column. You'll be good. So you'll know who he is after that.
Let me ask this. You said in the locker room, people who make a lot of decisions about, and they're not even there, who should get fired?
I don't think anyone should get fired yet. No, I think we have to. Part of it is we don't get. I've been trying to get specific answers. No, they're not going to tell you. They're not going to tell you exactly how they're going to fix what they're going to fix. But I think that emotions are raw after a game, and I think always on Monday. I mean, there's people saying that Troy Taylor is not the offensive genius that everybody thought he was.
Who is Troy Taylor?
Troy Taylor is the offensive coordinator that Utah hired from Eastern Washington, in fact.
Okay.
And 2 years ago, he coached in high school. He coached high school football. So everybody's saying now, maybe he's not the offensive genius everyone thought he was.
So if the coach, Whittingham, says, we're a team without an offensive identity, isn't Troy Taylor going, uh-oh?
No, I'm sure he's already said worse to Troy directly, which is we are without an identity.
And isn't Troy going, oh, God, I've done the best I can.
But I think that's the nature of...
You go back to the first couple games where you had healthy Huntley and healthy Carrington.
But you were also not playing in the Pac-12, Gina.
But they connected. There was an offensive identity with the two of them healthy
against lesser teams, I would argue.
But
I take
you
back to
but they were
BYU Utah game.
passing.
What was the score there?
Well, that wasn't a great example.
19-13.
Yeah.
Both teams have struggled offensively.
Yeah.
I say that might be more indicative of what we're actually should have expected.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe everybody got a little bit too excited.
Maybe Ty Detmer and this other guy should go someplace else.
No, or maybe they're just not genius. Maybe they need time to develop. You know, and but you have. I think you just have to sort of see how things unfold, and each case is different. But I just think that automatically saying somebody has to lose their job to make you feel better as a fan is crazy.
Well, that's what happens in radio.
Somebody when you have bad ratings, somebody has to go.
Somebody has to get fired.
There has to be a.
Yeah.
I just think that's a silly solution.
Well,
so that's my opinion.
We've lived with it for years.
But the Jazz, they beat the Thunder after losing on the road to Minnesota, and they take on the Clippers Tuesday night. World Series also starts Tuesday night.
I was just going to ask that.
And Real Monarchs are out. They got upset.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they were the top seed, and they got upset.
No wonder you wrote a column about losing.
I'm just saying, yeah.
Well, Lewis Hamilton, according to your husband, Amy, won the U.S. Grand Prix in Del Valle, Texas.
That made up for every losing game I sat through.
He was driving for Mercedes, so, All right. And did Ohio State win, or did they not play?
I don't. I think they won, but Michigan lost. Michigan dropped out of the top 25. Crazy.
All right.
Thank you, Amy.
Thank you. Amy Donaldson, you can read her column about losing in the Deseret News, dnews.com.
All right. Let's see. Do we have traffic, Gina?
No, we're good.
We're not? We're good?
Unless you send me something, 33986.
So coming up.
After this.
Big concert announcement.
Stand by. KXRK Provo.
X96 is giving away tickets to see the Killers every weekday at 9, 2, and 5.
KRFH Cary, Radio from Hell, on X96.
So,
yes,
we need a timpani or something. We need it.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's a major concert announcement.
I don't know how many years we've been doing this, but I think people have come to expect it.
It's coming. When you do a big show like this, you need some grandeur, some presentation.
Get people's attention.
Yeah.
It says at the top of this paper for immediate release.
At 7 a.m. Gee, I hope another radio station hasn't scooped us.
Wow.
And announces before us.
It's almost done.
It's just, underlining the importance of the announcement.
So now?
Yeah.
Oh.
You should have started.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, get ready for X96 Toyota Nightmare Before Xmas 2017, featuring Dashboard Confessional.
I don't know. I just picked one. I don't
Yeah.
know. I should have asked you
I
which
thought
one.
I thought you'd do Vindicated because that's a
it's
Spider-Man.
It's in the Spider-Man
It's a
movie.
Spider-Man.
Do
It
that.
makes more
Okay, let me
sense.
get it.
There you go. So you can picture Spider-Man in there.
I do like this song.
And special guest.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how they found me.
I don't know how, but they found me.
Oh.
But I don't know how, comma. They really
there
should have
be
a comma.
Yeah, that way I would have noticed
Yeah.
the but.
But.
But sometimes you don't see the but. If you don't see the but, you don't say
You
it.
got to look for the but.
I don't know how, but they found me, and Dashboard Confessional, Monday, December 4th, at the Complex. Now, tickets go on sale for the show 10 a.m. Friday, this Friday, October 27th, at thecomplexslc.com. Okay? Also, all Gray Whale and Smithetix outlets. Limited number of tickets will be available for the discounted price of $9.60. Specific locations on Friday the 27th while supplies last. We'll tell you about that coming up.
No, it's
Well,
right there.
should we tell you
Yeah,
now?
go ahead.
Yeah.
All right. From noon to 1, now this is this Friday for the $9.60 tickets.
While they last.
Yeah. From noon to 1, Jed's Barbershop, the one on 9th South. It's 9th South.
167 East, 9th South. I ran into Jed this weekend.
Oh, yeah?
He's so excited. He's like, I can't wait. I'll be listening. He's probably listening right now.
Hi, Jed.
He's
Morning, Jed. I need a haircut. And 2 to 3 on Friday at Gray Whale in Ogden.
Riverdale Road.
Yeah, 4062 Riverdale Road. So it's the 2017 X96 Nightmare Before Xmas, powered by Coca-Cola, Jed's Barbershop, Gray Whale, and Bud Light. Famous among friends. It's people.
I don't know how, but they found me.
People love this show, the Nightmare Before Xmas.
They look forward to it every year. It's
It'll sell out. So the Complex is where it is.
Monday, December 4th.
Okay.
It's always a good show.
Yeah.
So I believe if you go to x96.com, the info is there.
I just checked, and it timed perfectly.
I was going to say I wasn't going to promise
nope,
anything.
it's there. So
Excellent.
You want information? There it is.
So we got
it's all there.
We got a couple of minutes here, right?
Yeah, a couple.
I just want to do that TMZ thing, but we don't know if it's.
I haven't had a chance.
We
to
don't know
listen
if it's
to it yet.
edited or not.
Yeah.
Well, coming up in the news, Mickey Rourke was stopped on the. Well, he was coming out of a club, and TMZ reporter stopped him. You know, they were waiting for celebrities, and started asking him about Harvey Weinstein. And it's one of the funniest little moments I have ever heard, because Mickey Rourke is a clueless idiot.
Yep.
So coming up in the news, we'll have Mickey Rourke. All right.
All right.
Let's see what else is going on. Weekends were fine. Yeah.
Yeah, weekends were without any problems at all.
Jonesy and I last night, I got excited because Man from Snowy River was on TV.
And why would that excite anyone? Oh, I'm sorry, Gina. It's got horses in it. I forgot.
And I said to her, I said, come watch this with me. And she said, what is it? And I said, it doesn't matter. It has horses in it. And she said, let me get my horse blanket, because she has one. Like,
is it an actual horse blanket, or is it a blanket with horses?
It's a blanket with horses.
Okay.
And we
would be pretty sad if you were making your daughter sleep under a real, like a horse blanket.
Horsehair blanket.
This is itchy, Mommy.
I don't like this.
And I feel like I've done my job as the mother to a daughter, that I've introduced her to the wonder that is the Man from Snowy River.
Why don't you just get, like a 3-hour-long video of horses running around?
I would love that.
I mean, why bother with that stupid movie?
If I were rich, you think about the things you'd want when you were rich. I would want one TV screen in my house to just be continual loop of horses running. Just
Gina,
have it on in the background.
Gina, you don't need to be rich to have that.
No, just separate, because you have other TVs. You don't want to take up TV time.
You don't need to be rich to have that. You could put a TV there and run a loop of horses.
Here, let me check something here. What should we, horses?
Yeah,
horses
let's see.
Running.
Yeah. You could just hook it up to YouTube, and there you could have.
But that's taking up a screen. That you're doing other things.
I just searched
Yeah,
horses running loop.
Yeah.
And there's a 1-hour video.
Loop. And
just
it
have it go.
Yes.
Yeah.
No,
That
but
1
Bill,
hour.
I mean like a decoration in my house.
Yeah.
That's just.
You don't have to be rich to have that.
You
If you
have
really
to buy an extra TV screen.
You
and
just
an
don't-
extra-
You could just have it on your regular TV screen.
just running, and then when you want to watch something, you turn it off.
No, that's my point. I want it running always like
Again,
an.
Look, see, here's
Dylan, would she have to be rich to have that?
here's a guy feeding his
No.
horses.
Let's.
And this is all in the loop. This is all in the continuous loop with relaxing music.
For a woman with money, you have a really odd concept of what wealth is.
And then you
I
go
think
forward.
we would just need to get Gina an iPad, put it on the wall.
Yeah, that's
That's
all
all
she'd
it
need.
would
You don't even need a TV, Gina. You get yourself an iPad
You could
or
put it
some
on-
little tablet. We'll put it in a nice frame
Yeah, that's what I mean. I
and
want
hang it on the wall, and
Yes.
it'll loop horse
A loop.
videos.
$150, Gina.
Who has a tablet they're not using, they can give Gina.
$150.
I have
don't
one
even
I'm
ha-
not
I
using,
don't-
I can give you.
I don't even have a tablet.
Oh, there's a pony.
That's because you don't know how to use one. But we can get you a tablet for free from somebody who's not using one, put it on the wall.
Oh, now
want
now
horse.
2 golden retrievers have joined the 2 white horses
she's going-
and the
she's
pony.
going back.
Oh, you missed
See?
the pony. See,
Oh.
see, you need to be watching all the time. There's the pony over there. Oh, yeah. See, it's available and it's free.
And you know, Gina, I thought of you because this weekend because and see when you didn't if you wanted to switch from the horse videos to Mamma Mia playing constantly, you could do that too. My wife said she said after you went to bed last night, Mamma Mia was on TV, and I'd never seen it, so I started watching Mamma Mia, and I said, "How did that go?" And she said, "Oh my God, it's horrible." I said,
It's not horrible.
She said, I said, "Did you watch all of it?" She said, "I couldn't stand it. I turned it off."
No,
Oh.
that's
No,
not
that's-
going to be part of it.
And that's where the loop starts over.
Just over and over
Yeah, it's-
of the horse.
So you just have the pretty horses, and then and then the pretty horses start up again. Bring on the dancing horses. That's what I say. That's what we should play right now. Is bring on the dancing horses.
Well, so you should make a video of Bring on the Dancing Horses from Echo and the Bunnymen, and then video of horses
Actual
running.
horses,
You
okay.
know?
Yeah.
And then loop that, and you'll be happy.
Rich people have that. Would have that. Rich people.
Rich people.
YouTube.
Not people who wear overalls and like you guys do. And
It's free.
A barrel?
Hay sticking out of. Yeah, I thought of that.
YouTube, it's free.
A barrel with suspenders. That's what her husband wears to
That's what he
work.
wears to work every day. Everyone's not back yet, I don't think, from their
Deer
long
hunt?
weekend.
Their deer hunt?
I have no traffic to tell you about, but I have a sponsor.
Okay.
Join X96 and Todd Newcomb this Saturday at Larry H. Miller Honda in Murray. He'll be broadcasting live from 11 to 1 with your chance to enter to win tickets to see The Used on November 25th at the Complex.
All right, we've got first round of Boehner voting coming up. Your candidates are, I hate to use the Q word, but what can we do? Boehner candidate number 2, hey, Was that a T-bone in your pants? And Boehner candidate number 3, did we leave out anything offensive? We tried to put as much in as we could.
All right. All 3 of those round 1 Boehner candidates coming up. Big boy news. Gina's going to tell us about her murder blanket.
I have a murder blanket review.
And Bill Frost will be here at 8 to tell us what's on TV. Stand by for all of that. First, randlife.com.
You know...
Richie called me last night to ask if he should have said something. Don't worry.
Okay.
Don't worry.
I'm not.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I was a little.
You had that little panic look
on
your face.
Yeah.
He called me. He'd said something yesterday to management, and we won't go into what that was.
Okay.
But he called me and asked me. He told me what he said, and then he said, "Do you think I should have done that?" Now,
well,
when
you ask that question,
you should probably already know the answer,
it
right?
It means, yeah, you shouldn't have asked.
But I think you didn't care for my response.
Well, no, because you actually told me honestly. Most of the time, you just tell me, I don't care, or it doesn't matter, or, you know, whatever you choose is the best decision for you. Bill always gives me those vague, like, parental answers. So I go, okay, perfect. I can justify it in my mind and move on.
And when I say that, I mean that.
Sure.
Because it doesn't matter in the long run. Just make a choice and go with that.
Mm-hmm.
But what he called me about last night, I said, yeah, probably not. You probably shouldn't have done that.
Well, now I'm curious as to what
I'll
it
tell
is.
you.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll tell you off the air. But you shouldn't have done that. And now that you have, there's nothing you can do about it. So I would just...
Well, and since that conversation, I received communication back, and the dust is settled, and it's fine.
Oh, okay, good.
Oh,
good.
okay. So, but was it the thing you were telling me about?
About this morning, yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
okay. Yeah, you probably. That seemed awfully ballsy. But is that the new Richie? Is that the I'm standing up to?
Yeah, a little bit.
But it just seemed to, and as I said to him, there are certain positions worth taking and certain positions not worth taking.
It's the pick your battles.
Yeah, you got to just, and this was the wrong battle to pick.
Right.
And then I said, and if you don't like it here, just get out.
Well, and that's all because you're not used to standing up for yourself. You're learning.
Right, I'm getting there.
So.
Well, it's hard to do.
It's hard to do because the other part of Richie, and you guys have never seen this. The other part of Richie used to have
the gay part.
No, that's
the
part.
part
You've seen
we
the
have
gay
seen.
part.
Yeah, we've seen that.
The really bad temper, and
the
raging. Oh yeah.
Huh.
For a long time in my early teen years, it was everything would set me off, and just
Did you get in fights with people?
More verbal, but just terribly abusive language coming from me towards people. Swearing at my mom and not running away, but that kind of kid running away that you do.
Mm-hmm.
And the whole deal. And,
slamming doors.
Yeah,
you were a
doors.
door slammer.
Oh yeah,
big
and
door
I
slammer.
hate you.
Yeah,
And
big door slammer.
all that stuff. And then
how did you get rid of that?
I just decided it's not who I wanted to be anymore. But sometimes it comes back a little bit. See on the.
You might be. Oh, there we go. Yeah, there he is.
I was full of rage one time in my life. Oh, hello.
Radio from Hell is the longest running morning show in Utah. That doesn't necessarily mean it's good, but, I mean, come on. You know, we'll take what we can get. X96.
Guy's a dick. 7:20 right now. Time now for round one of your boner voting. 3 news stories that are examples of bad, stupid, or funny human behavior. And you'll decide of these 3 candidates which one is the worst. Which one of these 3 is the most deserving to go forward to boner fight and possibly become boner of the day. If it wins here, it's got a 50-50 chance. It goes up against the winner of round 2, which we determine at 8:20. Boner fight is at 9:25. So 2 candidates now, then a 3rd candidate after the big boy news. And once you've heard all 3, you will vote. One of you lucky boner voters will receive a Can't Buy It. No.
You can buy a Fat Cats gift card.
You
Carrie.
can, that's right.
It's absolutely
that thing,
something you can buy.
1 week from today.
Yeah, a week from today, we're going to be doing a mixer at Fat Cats, and it's a whole family mixer. There's going to be trunk or treating for your kids. They want you to bring kids in costumes and stuff, and we're giving away to a random boner voter a gift card for Fat Cats.
So that's join us on Monday, right?
Yes.
A week from today at, is it 7? I believe it is. 7 o'clock.
Sure.
I could look at my calendar, but...
I've got 6 to 8 right now.
Okay, 6 to 8 on Monday. All right. Ready for boner candidate number 1? Here it is. Well, I hate to use the Q word, but what can we do? A Georgia state representative...
Oh, yeah.
Who is also an anesthesiologist, so a fairly educated person in the medical profession, and she is also the wife of former federal Health and Human Services Secretary Price, asked at a public hearing Tuesday about the legality of quarantining HIV patients to stop the spread of the virus that causes AIDS.
What?
Quote, what are we legally able to do, Dr. Betty Price? A Republican asked Dr. Pascal Wortley, director of the HIV/AIDS Epidemiology Surveillance Section at the Georgia Department of Public Health. I mean, I don't want to say the quarantine word, but I guess I just said it. What would you advise, or are there any methods legally that we could do that would curtail the spread?
Is this a story from the 80s?
Price, whose husband, Dr. Tom Price, resigned last month from Donald Trump's cabinet, raised the issue during a committee meeting. I mean, it just seems to me, well, it's almost frightening. The number of people who are living that are potentially carriers. Well, they are carriers, but potential to spread, whereas in the past they died more readily. And then at that point, they're not posing a risk. So we've got a huge population posing a risk if they're not in treatment. You see, we're keeping people with HIV alive longer.
Yeah.
So in so many cases, they live a completely, they die of other causes.
Mm-hmm.
They die
they
of
are able to
old age.
keep it at bay.
Well, that's not good.
What?
Because they potentially still could spread the virus, and we should quarantine them.
Isn't there an island somewhere we can send them all to?
It's on the map here, AIDS Island. It's right there.
I would like an island somewhere that we could send people like Betty Price to.
Yep.
Yeah, maybe some
Ignorance
sort of
island?
Stupid island.
Maybe some sort of camp where we could concentrate these people into one area.
Oh, a concentration camp.
Oops.
Boner candidate. By the way, the person she was saying this to, what was his name? Dr. Pascal Wortley, did not directly address her question about quarantine.
Ignore her. Ignore people when they say things like that.
Instead, described the state's programs for identifying and tracking HIV patients. I think what he did probably was go, well, now then turned away. I hate to use the Q word, but what can we do?
And when they say things like this, do they hear what they're saying? I don't think they hear what they're saying.
No,
or do they?
Terry,
Or is it that they just don't think that these are real people?
Karen,
you know,
she believes this should happen.
Jeez.
Here's Boehner candidate number 2. Is that T-bone in your pants? Police are searching for a man who dropped 3 T-bone steaks down his pants, into his pants. Officers were dispatched to Groceryland.
Groceryland?
In Dayton. The store manager told police he was walking down the meat aisle and he got suspicious of the behavior of a man talking to another customer. He was acting funny in the meat department. The manager later saw the man run out of the front entrance of the store, so he ran after him but lost sight of him after he went behind the store. The manager showed police surveillance video footage which shows the man grabbing 3 T-bone steaks, which each cost between $10 and $20.
Those are nice steaks.
And then in a different aisle, the suspect puts the steaks down his pants. That's all there is to the story.
That's it?
Boehner candidate number 2. Is that a T-bone in your pants? Coming up in a moment, Boehner candidate number 3. Did we leave out anything offensive?
Boehner candidate number 3 for round 1 coming up. Right after this here, Big Boy News and Opinioendo, brought to you by
Zions Bank presents the 45th Annual Park City Ski and Snowbird Swap and Sale, November 3rd through the 5th. Show your X96 Workers Union card and get in free on Saturday and Sunday. Go to x96.com for more information.
Now, here's a strange story for you, Gina. California couple Rachel Wynn and Joseph Orbesso went missing 3 months ago in Joshua Tree National Park. Searchers found them, shot dead this week, locked in an embrace, officials said.
That's weird.
Based on evidence located at the scene, detectives believe that Orbesso shot Wynn and then shot himself. A gun found near the bodies was registered to Mr. Orbesso. The owner of a bed and breakfast near the park reported the couple missing July 28 after they failed to check out of their room. He told deputies that the guests possibly went hiking at Joshua Tree. Wynn and Orbesso were found dead this week in a rugged canyon with boulders in a remote area of the park. Water bottles and food wrappers led the group to the bodies. Cindy Bachman, a spokeswoman for the San Bernardino County Sheriff's Department, said detectives believe the couple may have perceived they had no way out.
Oh, like they were lost? And
there's nothing to suggest that Joseph had any intent to harm Rachel. It's just that they probably found themselves in a very dire situation. They were lost. They were in this canyon. Investigators say the two used clothing to cover parts of their bodies from the sun. It appears they had been rationing their food and had no water.
How long were they missing?
For 3 months ago.
Wow.
3 months they were missing.
No, I guess they don't know that
they went
length
missing
of time for... Yeah.
No, they do. They went missing 3 months ago. They left their bed and breakfast. Keep up, Gina.
No, but from the time they didn't just die 3 months later. They don't think they were alive that whole 3 months. My question is, how long before they gave up? That's my question.
Well, no one would know that exactly, because they had consumed all of what little food they had, candy bars and stuff, and drunk all of their water. So ha ha on you.
Who?
Tyler Perry's Boo 2. A Medea Halloween #1 at the box office.
They always do that.
Well,
he makes money hand over fist.
Yes, he does. The movie cost about $24 million to make, and it just raked in. It didn't rake in that much quite, but it will. Ticket sales were terrible for other newcomers: Geostorm, Only the Brave, The Snowman, and Same Kind of Different as Me. Let's see. There's a little thing here about how Tyler Perry's movies. He this is the wrong story for it, but not all of his movies at first were successful. This is his 6th #1 opening, however, but they call him now the most reliable crowd puller in moviedom.
Yeah. And his movies cost next to nothing to make.
Yeah. So way to go, Tyler Perry. Now, Donald Trump is tripling down on this military widow. Donald Trump today disputed the widow's account of a condolence call he made to her following the death of her husband in Niger earlier this month. Trump tweeted shortly after Maisha Johnson, the widow of Sergeant LaDavid Johnson, discussed her disappointment with the call on Good Morning America Monday morning, saying the president stumbled on her husband's name and suggested the only reason he knew it was because the report was right in front of him. I had a very respectful conversation with the widow of Sergeant LaDavid Johnson and spoke his name from the beginning without hesitation, Trump tweeted.
Because I never make mistakes.
Johnson said she was distraught over Trump's alleged oversights during the call, which came as the Johnson family and Representative Frederica Wilson of Florida, who is a friend of the family. She wasn't there just as a publicity seeker. She's known this family for quite some time. She rode in the limo to receive Johnson's body from Dover Air Force Base. The call made me cry, and I was angry at the tone of his voice, said the widow. When host George Stephanopoulos asked if she had anything to say to the president, Johnson was direct. No, I have nothing to say to him, she said. So the widow has finally spoken out about it. By the way, this will make you feel a little better, though. The United States is preparing to put nuclear bomber planes on 24-hour alert.
That does not make
This is the first time since the Cold War, said a senior Air Force official. Why? We'll be protected, Gina.
No, that doesn't
A fleet of B-52s laden with nuclear weapons could soon be ready to launch within a day's notice, and growing tensions with North Korea. General David Goldfein, Air Force Chief of Staff, and U.S. military leaders said they were being forced to adapt to the reality of the global situation we find ourselves in. He left the phrase "because of Donald Trump" unspoken.
We find ourselves in makes it sound like it just has happened to us. We have no say in it.
Well, he's a military general, and he has no say in it, Gina. I'm sorry, that's the way it is. 3-year-old was in Sandy, Utah, hospitalized after a gun accidentally discharged at a party. Because, when you're having a party, you like to get out the guns. Police received a call of an accidental shooting on Sago Lily Drive, according to Sandy Police Sergeant Jason Nielsen. Officers arrived at a party taking place at East Village Apartments, learned from witnesses about a handgun that participants believed was not loaded and was being passed around. At one point, an adult male discharged the gun and hit the 3-year-old in the arm. The child's 28-year-old father's leg was also grazed by the bullet. Both the child and the father were taken by ambulance to a nearby hospital. Injuries that were not believed to be life-threatening. It says here it's not immediately known if alcohol was a factor. You don't need to even
I don't need
speculate.
to hear any more about this story to know that.
No. Nielsen said the incident remains under investigation. Don't know whether charges will be filed or not. KBYU TV will terminate its affiliation with PBS.
Really?
And become an over-the-air outlet for cable satellite channel BYU TV. It's BYU TV in Utah. So BYU TV already does, a full slate of programming.
So they have enough to fill?
I guess so. On the radio side, KBYU FM. This will be very disappointing to a lot of people. Will become an over-the-air outlet for BYU Radio, and they will eliminate their classical music programming.
Really?
Yeah. They say it's part of a strategic plan.
Millennials don't listen to classical music.
Well, somebody on commercial, let me put it, on broadcast airwaves rather than satellite, should provide classical music. And I think somebody will say, well,
doesn't make money.
The University of Utah does it on one of their other side channels. Nobody listens to side channels. Nobody has radios for them, at least at this point. And President Trump has said he's going to he's going to not block the release of the JFK assassination.
Thank you for clarifying that, because they make it sound like he just decided to do this.
He's not going to block the release. Now I'll let you know what he's not going to block the release of. the JFK assassination papers. They've been now there have been certain parts of them that have been just kept from the public.
They've always been scheduled to come out at this date. It's not like he just on his own said, you know what I'm going to do?
He could stop it, though.
Listen, this could be an excellent distraction from everything that's going on, a tremendous distraction. I'm hearing people saying it's the best distraction of what's going on out there right now.
He could, as president, he could withhold all or part of the documents.
Because part of the documents that are going to be released make the CIA and the FBI look bad.
Yeah.
And he's not happy with those departments, and so he's just fine letting them come out.
It says here the documents may reveal that the CIA knew about Lee Harvey Oswald, Kennedy's assassin, knew about a trip to the Soviet and Cuban embassies in Mexico City a few weeks before the assassination, where he had apparently talked openly about trying to kill the president.
Mm-hmm.
They may reveal that.
Which means they will.
Well, I don't know, and but they're not. They don't think that they're going to have any bombshell revelations, like And Oswald worked in coordination with somebody else, and there was somebody on the grassy knoll, and all of that stuff. It'll still confirm the fact that the investigation showed that there was only one gunman, and that was the lone gunman, Lee Harvey Oswald. So, and then did you edit that yet, or?
I have not edited it.
Oh,
I've just queued it up to where he does the line that you like.
Oh, I can just tell you the story then, up to there. So Mickey Rourke is coming out of a nightclub in L.A. this weekend. And, TMZ reporters, they hover outside of those places because they know celebrities are there. And a TMZ reporter comes up to Mickey Rourke and starts asking him about Harvey Weinstein. How do you feel about what Harvey Weinstein? Do you know him? Oh, yeah, I know Harvey. What do you feel? Well, I feel kind of sorry for him, says Mickey Rourke. I feel bad for him. I mean, this ruined his career, and, it's, but he shouldn't be doing those things. He shouldn't have been doing those things. Shouldn't have been doing that to women. Now, Mickey Rourke is with a woman that he's been apparently just picked up in the club, and I'll apparently picked up because you'll see in just a second. So he's standing there with this woman, and he says, yeah. And the reporter says, well, do you ever have that kind of problem? He said, well, it's something you have to work on, I've had my own problems with that kind of thing. And I just have to keep working on it because men shouldn't do that. And then Mickey turns to this girl he's standing there with, and he says this.
I mean, I've been at therapy 20 years, and I guys still work every day on it.
Yeah. Okay, so it's something he's going to have to work on every day.
Every day.
Interesting.
You ready to go? What's your name again, sweetheart?
Angela.
Angela, get your ass in the car.
Angela, hey, you know.
I have to work on it every day.
Every day.
What's your name again? Get your ass in the car.
Yeah.
He's working on it really hard, Mickey is.
Well, today, he hasn't worked on it yet today.
Oh, I guess that's what it was.
That's on his schedule.
This is all part of the challenge.
Yeah. They probably turned back to the TMZ reporter and says, you see what I mean?
What's your name again?
I got to work on this.
See, Angela's all part of my challenge, my everyday challenge.
Yeah.
That might be my sign-off.
All right.
That's it.
What was weather, traffic?
Yeah, nice weather today. Sunny, 65. Should just be a lovely fall day. Traffic, we've got a couple issues to tell you about. Allow an extra 15 to 20 minutes to your commute. If you're coming out of Utah County toward Salt Lake, there's a crash northbound I-15 at 72nd south of Midvale. It's blocking the right lane and shoulder. Traffic is backed into Draper. Traffic lights are flashing red in all directions at State Street 94th South. Treat that as a four-way stop and expect delays in that area. The 2017 Day of the Dead celebration is Saturday, October 28th at West Valley's Cultural Celebration Center. Authentic Mexican culture, food, beverages, and entertainment for all ages. Admission is $5 for adults, free for kids 12 and under. Find details at culturalcelebration.org.
Here's Boehner candidate number 3. We leave out anything offensive? Snapchat in question had just about every offensive topic you could think of. The middle school students who did it decided, I guess, they would just cram everything they could into a video clip. Race-based simulated sexual assault, profanity-laced slurs, repulsive language that shocked whoever the intended audience was, and eventually many more people. In a flash, the Short Pump Middle School football team's sexual and racist video clip rocketed nationwide. The latest reminder that internet posts can have enduring, devastating effects in the real world. In this case, those consequences were swift. According to the Associated Press, the rest of the team's season has been canceled. Good. Police are investigating the students seen in the video, and the whole team at Short Pump Middle School now faces undergoing sensitivity training, which I think is mild compared to what they should get.
Yes.
The students recorded the video sometime last week. Somebody shared it on Snapchat. It had at least 25,000 views when it got out. The video is captioned what really goes on in the football locker room. In the clip, some of the team's white football players simulate sex acts on the black members, bending them over benches.
Okay.
According to Richmond CBS affiliate WTVR, another caption says, "We're going to F the black out of these black children from Uganda." These are the high school, middle school football players. They think it's funny. And they're, and apparently it's filled with other stuff that's just so awful. Boehner candidate number 3. Did we leave out anything offensive?
All right, let's review the first two and vote.
Let's see, we had Boehner candidate number 1. I hate to use the Q word, but what can we do? This is a Georgia lawmaker, a doctor, married to a doctor who used to be the head of Human Services here in the United States, Price. She says, can people with HIV legally be quarantined? I just want to know that. They should be, Boehner candidate number 2. Hey, is that a T-bone in your pants? A thief in Dayton, Ohio, dropping T-bone steaks down his pants and stealing them from the meat department of Groceryland. And Boehner candidate number 3, did we leave out anything offensive?
Here we go. Let's vote. This is round 1 of your Boehner voting. You've got to decide which of these 3 candidates is the worst. Which of these 3 should go forth to Boehner fight and possibly become Boehner of the day. 50-50 chance if they win here. We'll get a round 2 contender at 8:20. So, 1, 2, or 3, these 3 candidates. Put the candidate number of the one that you think should win in the message of a text. And then text that to 33986. Easy. Most people vote that way. The rest call 877-602-9696. Or they go to x96.com and they look for the box that says round 2 and today's date, October 23. They vote there. You better hurry. You've only got 4.5 minutes to get your vote in. Let's go. It's round 1. Boehner votes.
It is the 23rd century. Humans have left the lowly confines of planet Earth and have sought their destiny among the stars. While many things have changed, one constant remains: the need for young men to venture forth and do the work of the Lord. This is the tale of 2 such men who at the age of 19 have answered the call of their general authorities and are embarking on a 2-year mission to spread the gospel throughout the galaxy. This is the story of Space Elders! Today, we find Butch and Lehigh on Starbase 182 around lunchtime.
Hey, Lehigh, what's up? You haven't been yourself lately. You seem a little under the weather. Here, I replicated you some lunch. This should put you back on your feet. It's your favorite.
Oh, plomeek soup?
No, macaroni and cheese with little hot dog bits in it. Man, you are sick. I'm taking you to the sick bay.
Are you sure that would be the logical thing to do?
Huh? Come on!
Very interesting.
What is it, Doc? What's wrong with Lehigh?
Elder Christiansen here is suffering from plateau.
Plateau? What on earth is that?
Not plateau, plateau.
Oh.
The blood fever. It's not a birth, my dear Butch. It's a Vulcan disorder. Lehigh here is in the early stages of Ponfar.
But Doc, look at my companion. I mean, his ears aren't pointy. The blood sample you took from him was red, not green. He's not a Vulcan.
Have the two of you come in contact with any Vulcans recently?
Well, we met with that nice Ambassador Spock fella.
Was there anything unusual about this meeting?
No, we talked for a while. He mind melded with Lehigh and then sent us packing like everybody else.
Mind melded with a Vulcan? Oh, dear.
Well, he said it would be the fastest way for us to tell him about the gospel.
Now, what's this got to do with Lehigh losing his appetite and then resetting the environmental controls in our apartment up to Moab standard temperatures?
Ponfar is the Vulcan mating ritual. Unless the individual who's suffering from the blood fever gets to Vulcan in time, he will die.
I still don't understand how Lehigh contracted this blood fever thing anyway.
The Vulcan who did the mind meld must have transferred it into the Lehigh's mind during the meld. No matter how he contracted it, you must get to Vulcan within the next 72 hours or your companion will be dead.
Okay, Vulcan it is. Come on, Lehigh, we better get going.
But Vulcan isn't in our Tracton area. We're not supposed to go outside of this quadrant. You know the rules. Zone Leader Hansen would never approve of us making a personal visit to Vulcan.
Oh, to heck with Hansen. They can send us both home if they want to. I just want to make sure you go home breathing.
Will our elders get to Vulcan in time to save Lehigh? Will Zone Leader Hansen get them sent home for leaving the quadrant? Will Ambassador Spock apologize for giving Lehigh bucktail? What is exactly in Plomeek soup anyway? Tune in next time to hear Butch say,
Hold on, Lehigh. Just a couple more hours and we'll be on Vulcan.
Butch, wouldn't it be more logical to reduce our speed to warp 6 in order to make the best possible speed while reducing the stress on the dilithium crystals?
Oh.
On the next mind-melding episode of Space Elders!
With Kerry Jackson, Bill Allred, and Gina Barberi on X96.
All right, 7:47, time to award round 1 of your Boehner voting.
And round 1 is brought to you in part by Ribeye Steak.
Ooh.
And looking for a stress relief place for your holiday or birthday parties? Go to Fat Cats. Great food, bowling, glow-in-the-dark mini golf, arcade, prizes, fun for all ages. Fat Cats will work with you to customize the most entertaining party. Book today. Visit fatcatsfun.com. That's fatcatsfun.com.
And join us there for a special mixer, Radio from Hell mixer on Monday the 30th. So we had Boehner candidate number 1. I hate to use the Q word, but what are we going to do? This is a woman legislator in Georgia. She's a doctor, married to a doctor who was head of Health and Human Services here in the United States. Her name is Price. His name was Tom Price, but she's talking to a man in Georgia. She's a legislator, remember, questioning him about what we can do about HIV and AIDS. And she said, I hate to use the quarantine word, but maybe we could quarantine them.
No.
Quarantine people with HIV so that, they don't spread the disease. Boner candidate number 2. Is that a T-bone in your pants? Dayton police catching a man who went to Groceryland there in Dayton and put about 3 T-bone steaks in his pants. Tried to run away with them. And boner candidate number 3, did we leave out anything offensive? Virginia School Board canceling the football team's season after students pretend to rape black classmates in the locker room and use all kinds of vulgarity. It was really pretty hideous. Raymond won the Fat Cats gift card.
Raymond!
And it was a vicious, vicious fight between 2 of the candidates, number 1 and number 3. And one of them won by about 20 votes is all.
Well, that's good.
It was boner candidate number 3. Did we leave out anything offensive?
There you go. That is the winner of round 1. It goes forward to Boner Fight. It might possibly be Boner of the Day. It's got a 50-50 chance. It'll go up against the winner of round 2. We start that at 8:20. And then Boner Fight is at 9:25. Bill Frost will be here telling us what's on TV coming up in about 10 minutes or so.
And we have a giveaway here in a minute.
Yeah.
Disney on Ice.
Oh.
Be listening for that in a minute. I got a message from your wife, Carrie.
What?
She wanted to know how the murder blanket, my review of the murder blanket.
Now, what do they call them really?
Yeah,
well,
what are they called?
Okay, so
it's gravity blanket.
They're
right?
called gravity blankets. Now, I didn't buy a gravity blanket because gravity blankets are $280.
Wow. So you bought an off-brand.
I bought a
Western Family blanket.
Yeah.
Gravity blanket.
A Kirkland brand.
Yeah. Kirkland.
Yeah.
A+ blanket. But it's a weighted blanket.
They come in different weights.
Depending on, now I got the 12-pounder.
Well, what do they recommend?
Well, it's based on your weight.
Your body weight.
Oh, I see.
So if you'd gotten the 80-pounder, is there an 80-pounder?
I think 25 is the.
You think that you wouldn't have been able to get out from under?
No, and that's why Carrie called it the murder blanket.
Yeah, because you weight down the body in it.
Now the theory is what?
The theory is that it calms you down. The weight feels like it's an anti-anxiety thing.
First of all, I'm stunned that you think you need calming down. If we calm you down much more,
Bill, we live in trying times.
If we calm you down much more, you'll become.
She's very low energy.
No, I like the feel of weight on me when I'm sleeping.
And how have you accomplished that?
Well,
before the murder blanket.
I can't sleep without covers on. That makes me crazy. I have to have,
even if it's hot.
Yeah, which is why I like to keep the room really cold, so I keep a lot of blankets on me. But then I saw the gravity blanket, the murder blanket.
This is just for me, she thought.
And I ordered it.
Yeah.
Let me just read you the description of the one that I purchased.
All right.
The weighted blanket uses the same comforting pressure as a loving hug to elicit sensations of calmness and relaxation.
This is sad.
Evenly distributed weight provides optimal coverage and a safe, snug feeling for any individual. Doesn't that sound nice?
Yeah. Sounds smothering to me. Listen, I can't. I'm not a person who can even cuddle in bed.
Oh, you would hate
for about
this
2
then.
seconds, and you know why? I get too hot.
You would hate this.
I get too warm.
So what's your thoughts? Did you use it?
I have napped with the murder blanket.
All right.
And I absolutely love it.
Really?
What? How much did you pay for this? You didn't buy the expensive brand.
No, it's still pretty pricey.
Well, that's why you love it.
But I don't know if I'd love it all night. Like for a nap, it's awesome.
Okay.
Because I think you would get too hot with it all night long. But for nap, this is I'm having epic naps.
You know what they use to weight it, don't you? Asbestos.
No.
That's what,
what is it?
It's full of asbestos.
They said it's a plastic, and they're little beads.
Okay.
Oh, those little plastic beads that are clogging up the ocean right now.
It's not in the ocean; it's in the blanket.
Well, now
I don't plan on releasing
when you
them
wear
into
it
the
out.
ocean.
Once I throw your body into the ocean with this blanket weighting you down.
All you need is a roll of duct tape now.
So I told your wife to absolutely get a murder blanket.
Sounds like we're beginning one.
But yeah, keep it on your couch. It's your napping blanket.
Okay.
I don't know that you need it all night.
Does
And
it look nice enough to keep on your couch?
Yeah. Are they in pleasing styles?
Yes,
Does it
pleasing
have a horse
styles
on
and
it?
colors. There's no horse
No
on it.
horses?
No.
Do they have a Star Trek one?
No. The Star Trek murder blanket. Are they playing?
Well, that's
warp
the
tour?
gravity blanket.
But I highly recommend
Yeah,
the gravity blanket for naps.
I was pretty sure
I
that
love it.
that if you got it, you would like it because, well,
And you know
you're
me.
you. Yeah, I know you.
I had to go buy a special basket to keep it in because I want to keep it nice.
Thereby jacking the price up to about what you would have paid for the other one.
So I went to Home Goods and it was a Home Goods basket. It was on sale. Basket with a lid on it. So I keep my murder blanket in a basket.
In a lidded basket?
Yes, because I don't want it to get dusty.
Does the basket have a horse on it?
Not everything I have has a horse
Well,
on
it should. That's what I'm saying. If you want a video screen with galloping horses in your house.
Now, you went with a 12-pound. Do you wish you'd have went heavier?
I would try a heavier one, but I'm glad.
Oh,
I
no.
didn't.
Hey.
No?
Hey, take it easy there.
The 12-pound, I think the 12-pound's just fine.
Because 12 doesn't seem like enough to me.
You should pick up a 12-pound blanket. Carry around a 12-pound blanket for a while.
Well, I'm napping. I'm not carrying it around. I'm not hiking. I mean, it'll take two of us to wrap you up in it to throw you off the back of the boat.
Yeah. I'll get the duct tape.
All right.
You get the
love
boat.
it.
You're the boat guy.
I'm not a boat guy.
You've thought about becoming a boat guy.
No, well,
your wife wants you to be a boat guy.
You're an attempted boat guy.
Yeah.
All right.
We have a giveaway quickly
we do?
before we go. Yeah.
All right. Do the giveaway.
Believing is just the beginning when Disney on Ice presents Dream Big, skates into the newly renovated Vivint Smart Home Arena. I'm going to cough. I'm sorry.
It's all right.
November 16th through the 19th. Enter a world where adventure is waiting. Disney favorites like Tinkerbell, Ariel, Rapunzel, Cinderella, Snow White, Tiana, Belle, Jasmine, Anna, Elsa, Olaf. Live on ice. For tickets opening night, they start at just $10. Go to x96.com for more details. And this is just a call-in win, Richie.
All right.
877-602-9696 if you would like tickets to Disney on Ice.
Random caller for Disney on Ice.
I'm still coughing.
Well,
I know. Hold on. Let me swallow. Crash northbound I-15 at milepost 330 Layton Parkway. It's off to the right shoulder. Crash southbound I-15, the on-ramp at SR-143. This is in far west in Weber County. That's also off to the right shoulder. Crash southbound I-15, 102nd South on the left shoulder. Crash southbound SR-224. That's Olympic Parkway up in Summit County. Crash northbound I-15, 82nd South in Salt Lake. And a crash, looks like crash westbound SR-171, that's 12th West, 33rd South in Salt Lake. Center lane is closed. That's traffic.
Thank you very much. Okay, well, we got Bill Frost talking TV coming up after these. I saw him walk. Oh, there he is right now. So we'll have him telling us what's on TV this week. Let's see. Yes. Okay, we're good. With all the crap that's going on in the world today, I think we should just go bowling.
Now, did you find the Mitt Romney?
I did find the Mitt Romney.
All right, let me just read to you briefly where he did this. It was during a surprise appearance at a dinner this week.
Did he pop out of a cake?
For Washington, D.C. radio and television reporters, his top 10 list of reasons why he dropped out of the race for the White House earlier this year.
Oh, now I found the David Letterman. Is this a different thing that
Well,
you're
it says
talking
Romney.
about?
It says here Romney offered the David Letterman-style list, written with the help of several campaign advisors, at the Radio and Television Correspondents Annual Awards dinner Wednesday night. A video of the appearance is available on YouTube.
Now, see, I've got the David Letterman. I don't know if this is the same thing.
Why don't you do it, and I'll see if that's
I also
the same
have
thing.
the other one, too. So.
Top 10 reasons Mitt Romney dropped out of the presidential race. Well, here you have it. As topical as though torn from today's headlines. Yeah, exactly right. Top 10 reasons Mitt Romney dropped out of the presidential race. Here we go, number 10. Harsh Midwest weather was murder on his split ends. Number 9.
Is that?
This is not the Mitt Romney one. This is Letterman's, but let's see which one is funnier.
Okay.
Wants to devote more time to his rap persona, P. Mitty. P. Mitty. Number 8, polls show public doesn't want a president who looks like a casino greeter.
That's good. That's good.
Number 7, just couldn't compete with the Ron Paul juggernaut. Number 6.
That's funny.
Unveiling a new line of honey-roasted Rom Nuts. What? What? What?
Honey-roasted Rom
Honey-roasted Rom Nuts. I don't know what's the matter with the guy. Number 5, that bastard Zogby had it in for him. Number 4, apparently America's not ready for a white male president. Number 3.
That's good. That's a good one.
Number 3. No, number 3, a writer suffering from mitt withdrawal. Number 2, there was that little problem of nobody voting for him. And the number 1 reason Mitt Romney dropped out of the presidential race, lost all of his money betting on the Patriots.
There you go.
The Radio from Hell show on X96. Call 877-602-9696 or text us at 33986. Message and data rates apply.
All right. Is this sponsored?
I bet. Let's see. Here we go.
She's not sure.
She's not really on top of that.
I'm just dreaming about the murder blanket. How soon I can get back under it.
Did we point out, by the way, you feel so secure under that murder blanket, and my wife has pointed out, and I'd forgotten this, that they actually were developed for children with autism.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Black Turtle is hiring full and part-time customer service representatives with competitive pay that include health and welfare benefits. If you're remarkable, looking for a great new opportunity, apply with Black Turtle online at jointheturtle.com.
Here he is, Bill Frost from St. George, I guess. Sort of.
More or less.
Yeah. But here he is. He's a City Weekly television writer. He's a columnist extraordinaire when it comes to TV. He's also the host of a podcast about TV called TV Tan, and he's one of the members of a band called Magda Vega.
Yeah, you got all that.
Yeah.
I like to tell people now that the TV Tan podcast is actually about murder, because that's the only way you can get people to listen to it.
Oh.
People love a murder
That's all they care
podcast.
about now is murder podcasts.
Well, then I'll do that too. With
Yeah,
Geek
tell them
Show,
Geek Show
yeah.
is about murder.
All right,
Mhm.
yeah.
Let's Go Eat Show? Murder.
Yeah.
It's about murder.
Let's go murder show. You
Yeah.
should really
We're-
change the
As a matter
name.
of fact,
of
we're
it.
talking. I have a new. Is that new one up, Dylan? That's a new Let's Go Eat Show, and it's about. We're talking to people about murder.
Okay.
No,
cool.
it's about a play, but
Is there murder in the play?
there is.
Okay, then.
Yes, there is. Actually, you're right. There
Highlight
is
that
murder in the
angle.
play. So, yeah. So Bill, you can find all of Bill's stuff at
BillFrost.tv.
And can people find your music there as well?
Yeah, you can find us there. You can find us on Bandcamp and iTunes, Spotify, all any streaming platform that's out there. We're on it.
Okay,
we'll even fax it to you if you show if that's what you want.
All right, what's on TV this week?
Snoop Dogg's got a new thing.
Is this true?
Well, what is it?
You thought this was a joke,
I
but
thought
it's
it was
true.
a joke.
No, Snoop Dogg presents The Joker's Wild on TBS starting tomorrow night.
He's hosting the game show?
Yeah. It's loosely based on the 70s game show.
Cool. And what's it on?
It's on TBS.
All right. Sure. Why not?
Just because he's Snoop and he can do whatever he wants.
Isn't your game show host usually kind of a high energy?
High energy
or at
guy?
least,
He's high.
At least some energy.
He's high.
You're half right. Yeah.
Why do I get the feeling that it's him just saying weird things and people going, yeah, let's do that.
Let's do that. Yeah,
I always want to be game show host. Yeah, let's do that.
Apparently he loved the show back in the day, so
Sure,
this is
why not?
Yeah. Still got the giant dice and the all the slot machine and everything.
Yeah.
Look up the Joker's Wild kids.
Joker, hosted by Jack
Berry?
Jack Berry, yeah.
But he was involved in that quiz show scandal
Right.
way back in lots
All
of
right, Joker's Wild.
Followed by a new series, Drop the Mic on TBS. I believe Method Man is the host of this one.
Yes.
It's basically Wild and Out by Nick Cannon. It's exactly that show, just with a different name. Also on Tuesday, this is the one to watch this week, I think, At Home with Amy Sedaris.
I love Amy Sedaris.
This is her spin on a Martha Stewart, Rachel Ray type terrible homemaker show.
Oh, good.
She's hilarious.
And where do you find that?
This is on True TV, where you find your Impractical Jokers and your Adam Ruins Everything.
I think I've already set my DVR for this, but I better make sure.
Just set it for anything Amy Sedaris.
Yes, that's a good idea.
Of course, going all the way to Friday, Stranger Things.
Oh, it's this Friday.
It's this coming Friday.
All right.
And do they drop them all at once? And
They will, yeah.
Netflix.
That's Netflix.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're even there are billboards around town for it. I noticed.
Mm-hmm.
It's 1984.
They're promoting the hell out of it.
Yeah.
Everywhere but here.
Why? What do you mean? What?
Seems like a natural.
Yeah.
But yeah, everybody's back and it's crazy. And apparently this season, the first season was kind of Goonies-esque.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
This season will be a little more along the lines of 80s slasher flicks, a little scarier, a little bloodier.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
They're pretty sure 2 more seasons after this.
That's fine. It's good to have an end date.
Yeah, absolutely 1 more season after this, but pretty sure 4 seasons total.
Yeah, I think once you get up into 8 seasons,
Well,
you should quit Walking Dead.
Make them quick because those kids are getting bigger and bigger.
True. Yeah.
And less cute.
Yep.
And you remember Blind Spot?
Mm-mm.
Help
It's
me
the
remember.
tattooed lady in the
Tattooed
subway.
lady.
Yeah. With Martha Blindspot. Yeah, she's still got tattoos. Yeah.
Martha is her name. Martha.
Martha Blindspot.
Martha Blindspot. Okay.
See, that would make more sense.
Yeah, it's still on. Now it's on Friday nights.
Well, okay.
And it'll be gone soon.
They're sending it there to die.
Yes.
I thought it was dead anyway.
If a show that was once hot and all of a sudden turns up on Friday, no, that's probably the last you're going to see of it.
Okay.
And Saturday, remember David S. Pumpkins?
Yes,
character
I do.
from Saturday Night Live?
Yeah,
I love
Tom
David
Hanks
S. Pumpkins.
Yeah.
appeared twice in last year.
Mm-hmm.
They made an animated special starring the voice of Tom Hanks and Bobby Moynihan and the other guys involved in that.
I don't think that would be as good.
Yeah, it's not. You're right.
It just wouldn't be as good because he's so cartoony. What makes it work is that it's a real guy.
Would guest star Peter Dinklage get you there?
Is it animated Dinklage?
Yes. The whole thing's animated.
No.
Okay.
No.
I mean, not a beginning, introduction.
Well, Tom Hanks will do an introduction.
No, I want actual Tom Hanks, David S. Pumpkin.
Well, he'll be there, kind of. But
No.
Yeah.
this is basically milking the cow here.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And also on Saturday, if you are a Black Sabbath fan,
Yes.
huh? Yeah. They did that big farewell tour
Yes.
last couple of years. They filmed it, made a concert film. It's going to be on Showtime on Saturday night.
Oh.
The End of the End. I saw this show at the USANA. It was an excellent show. I'd recommend this.
Ozzy have a lot of energy still.
Ozzy did pretty well, yeah. They all did.
And he sounds pretty good too. He's
good.
He sounds like Ozzy.
Surprisingly.
Yeah. Yes, when he sings, you can understand everything. When he talks, nothing. And on Sunday, The Deuce is over already.
Really?
On HBO. I think now it was just starting to get somewhere, and now it's going to be over.
Well, they'll do some more of them, I'm sure.
Oh yeah,
It's gotten really good reviews.
But Maggie Gyllenhaal especially is very good in this series. If you have not checked out The Deuce, I'd recommend it. And also Ray Donovan is over for season 5.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Yeah, what's happening on that show? I can't figure anything out that's going on.
You know,
I've been watching it every week.
What do you mean you can't figure?
I can't.
It's not complicated.
Yeah, I'm kind of there with you.
There's kind of no.
Well,
what is the story?
They did the time shift, and that confused everybody. And now I think they're done with the time shift for the most part.
That's the part that worked, but I'm not sure what the story is.
It's the same as it always is. There's messes to be cleaned up, and how's Ray gonna get out of this one? And then he does. That's the same show it always is.
They put Mickey in the Gray Bar Hotel.
How many times has Mickey been in the Gray Bar Hotel?
You just spoiler. I'm not there yet.
Well, that could be any season.
Well,
exactly.
I just wonder, are they going to incorporate the murder blanket into Ray Donovan?
Oh, it'll be there.
It should have stopped being called Ray Donovan some time ago and gone by the name that Shannon and I call it, which is, poor Bunchy.
Yeah.
Get my money back.
Every time something bad happens to Bunchy.
True.
Every season. Almost every episode.
And apparently his wife still loves him, which I didn't. I mean, how do you figure that?
Exactly.
And did he leave Maria at the daycare for 2 weeks?
Yes,
I think so.
You see what I mean?
I think so.
You see what I mean?
It's a daycare.
And the
they
dog,
know what they're doing.
They close at 6.
And
We've been
the
told that
dog
several
fighters and all that. Come on.
That's your week there.
Thank you very much, Bill Frost.
You can read Bill Frost in City Weekly, or just go to
BillFrost.tv.
BillFrost.tv.
And we have our giveaway we got to do now.
Yes.
It is the Day of the Dead celebration, Saturday, October 28th at the Cultural Celebration Center in West Valley, Utah's authentic Dia de los Muertos. Mexican culture, history, food, and beverage, admission $5 for adults, free for kids 12 and under. And winner receives a 4-pack of tickets. Just call us, 877-602-9696.
And we have Boehner's Round 2 coming up in just a second. And here are your candidates for Round 2. They are Boehner candidate number 1. This Congresswoman, she knows how to prevent sexual abuse. Number 2, he's just lucky he wasn't thrown out of the pack entirely. And number 3, how many of you think he's annoying? Let's see those hands.
All right.
Crash westbound 123rd South at Minuteman Drive. The right lane is closed there. Crash westbound SR 171. This is 12th West 33rd South in Salt Lake. Center lane closed there. Crash northbound I-15 milepost 330 at the Layton Parkway. That's off to the right shoulder. Crash southbound I-15, the on-ramp to milepost 349. This is in Far West. Crash southbound I-15, 102nd South, Salt Lake. And crash northbound I-15 at 82nd South. The right lane is closed there. Somebody says sitting on I-215 exit at 35th South, Decker Lake. Not sure what's going on there, if it's construction or anything. And parking at Primary Children's Hospital is bad. The new computer system went live this weekend, and it's not working. That's traffic. All right.
All right, that's all of that in the Boehner's Round 2 coming up. But I don't know, have we ever told you about New Dwello?
Ever?
Have we ever mentioned that to the audience? I think we
mentioned
occasionally. We've mentioned
that's a Lolly is her name, right?
And that she has this deal. If you text the word money to this short code 62687, she can tell you about down payment money for a house. You can get grant money.
Down
to help
payment
you.
assistance.
Yeah, to help you with it. Now, she'll text the word money to 62687. Are you sure we've mentioned this? You text the word money to 62687, and you'll get, as I recall, a little quiz.
It's 7 questions.
Seven
if
questions?
you can answer those 7 questions affirmatively and honestly, you could be qualified for that down payment assistance.
Yeah, you know, the word honestly is all in caps in this copy, so we know that part of it's important. So text the word money to 62687. Find out how to get down payment assistance. You come up with 1% of the down. New Dwello will gift you the rest. Money, 62687.
Hi there, it's Kerry Jackson. Geek Show is me and all my best friends sitting in my basement studio, drinking, laughing, and talking about the stuff we love. Sci-fi, movies, TV shows, comic books, toys, games, and more. Get a new Not Safe for Work episode every Monday morning.
GeekShowPodcast.com.
Projected a warning by top Arizona utility officials that Arizona is going to cut off power to L.A.
Yeah, this could be a boner.
to Los Angeles if the city proceeds with its boycott of all things Arizona. The mayor on Wednesday defiantly rejected a warning by top Arizona utilities officials that the state could cut off power to Los Angeles should the city proceed with its boycott. Spokesman Dave Beltran told Fox News that the message didn't even warrant a response. We're not going to respond to threats from a state that has isolated itself from America that values freedom, liberty, and basic human rights, Beltran said. That was after Gary Pierce, a commissioner of the 5-member Arizona Corporation Commission, wrote a letter to Villagarosa. I can't say his name. It's Villaragosa.
Just mangle it.
Slamming his city council's decision to boycott the Grand Canyon State in protest of its immigration law by suspending official travel there and ending future contracts with state businesses. Noting that a quarter of Los Angeles' electricity comes from Arizona power plants, Pierce threatened to pull the plug if the city council does not reconsider. Doggone it! If you're going to boycott this candy store, then don't come in for any of it, Pierce told Fox News. Well, I'm sure that they'll do that. I am sure that Arizona... As a matter of fact, if I were California, I'd say, go ahead. Go ahead.
Shut it off.
Go ahead. Put up or shut up.
You already look bad, Arizona. Do that and look worse.
They're not going to do it, is the point.
No.
They would never do it. They can't do it. We're going to cut off your power. Uh-huh. Okay, fine. Do it.
36. Oh, and on Twitter. Follow us at Radio from Hell.
All right. Round 2 of your Boehner voting. 3 news stories that are examples of bad, stupid, or funny human behavior. And you'll decide of these 3 candidates, which is the one that is the worst, which is the one that deserves to go forward to Boehner fight and possibly become Boehner of the day. It'll go up against the winner of round 1. Boehner fight happens at 9:25. So, 2 candidates now, then a 3rd candidate after the big boy news. And once you've heard all 3, then you will vote. One of you lucky random Boehner voters will receive something nice.
A gift certificate to Fat Cats, where you can join us next Monday night from 6 to 8 p.m.
That is something nice.
It is
isn't
nice.
It? Yeah. All right, here's Boehner candidate number 1. You know, this congresswoman knows how to prevent sexual abuse. Texas Congresswoman Eddie Bernice Johnson thinks that women bear some of the responsibility.
Oh, asking for it?
They
were asking for it.
In preventing sexual harassment and abuse. Representative Johnson said she was disappointed and angered by the allegations of sexual harassment, abuse, and misconduct against Hollywood heavyweight Harvey Weinstein. The Democratic Congresswoman, who represents Texas' 30th District, added that a woman's behavior, including the way she dresses, can invite sexual harassment and assault. Now, I grew up in a time when it was as much the woman's responsibility as it was the man's. How you were dressed, what your behavior was. I'm from the old school, that you can have behaviors that appear to be inviting. It can be interpreted as such. That's the responsibility, I think, of the female. I think that males have a responsibility to be professional themselves. But she said she believes sexual harassment and assault happen because women allow it. I think we need to start talking about the power that women have to control the situation. There's law enforcement. You can refuse to cooperate with that kind of behavior. I think that many times men get away with this because they're allowed to get away with it by women. So she's right there.
Yeah.
And she is from the old school. But I don't understand I don't understand how that was ever a thing, even old school way of thinking. When you say it can be, women have behaviors that appear to be inviting, it can be interpreted as such. Say, well, look, she's wearing, a provocative outfit. You know what? That means she wants me to rape her.
Let's talk about raising our boys to be gentlemen to all women, no matter what they're wearing.
Boehner,
Why don't we focus on that?
Boehner candidate number 1, this congresswoman knows how to prevent sexual abuse. Boehner candidate number 2, he was just lucky he wasn't thrown out of the pack entirely. When a group of Cub Scouts met with a Colorado state senator this month, they asked her about some of the most controversial topics in the nation. The Cub Scouts asked about gun control, the environment, race, and the proposed border wall with between the United States and Mexico. But questions from one Cub Scout, Amos Mayfield, no, it's not Amos, it's Ames, A-M-E-S. Ames Mayfield, who's 11, got him kicked out of his den in Bloomfield, Colorado, according to his mother, Lori. At the meeting on October 9, for which the Scouts were told, prepare questions for State Senator Vicky Marble. Ms. Mayfield recorded her son asking the senator why she would not support common sense gun laws. Quote, this is what the 11-year-old kid said.
Okay.
I was shocked that you co-sponsored a bill to allow domestic violence offenders to continue to own a gun, Ames said in a question that took more than 2 minutes. He continued, why on earth would you want somebody who beats their wife to have access to a gun?
Excellent question, young man.
The event took place not long after the Las Vegas shooting. As part of her answer, Ms. Marble, a Republican from Fort Collins, defended her position on gun ownership, saying that the shootings in Las Vegas and Aurora, Colorado, happened in so-called gun-free zones, and that the more guns a society has, the less crime or murders are committed. On October 14, 5 days after the event with Ms. Marble, Ms. Mayfield was asked to meet leader of the Cub Scout pack, who oversees a number of the dens in Broomfield, including the one that Ames belongs to. Ms. Mayfield and the pack leader, whom she did not identify, sat down at a Chipotle in the afternoon. He let me know in so many words that the den leader was very upset about the topic of gun control. It was too politically charged, she said. He communicated to me that my son was no longer welcome in that den.
It was too politically charged, but you were told to ask questions of a politician.
Ms. Mayfield, the den leader's response might have said the den leader's response might have been fueled by her decision to post the video of the senator's interaction with the scouts online, where they were picked up by the local news media. She also said the den leader had been upset by other references in Ames' long questions, such as pointing out that the senator was a Republican and that gun ownership was considered a right while health care was seen as a privilege. He's been allowed to go to another den.
Sounds like a very smart young man.
He's been allowed to go to another den, but he was just lucky they didn't throw him out of the pack entirely. Boehner candidate number 2. Coming up in a moment, Boehner candidate number 3. How many of you think he's annoying? Let's see a show of hands.
All right, Boehner candidate number 3 in round 2, right after this here Big Boy News and Opinioendo, brought to you by.
Join the Snowbird team this winter. Stop by one of the upcoming recruiting events on November 1st, 7th, and 15th, or apply online at snowbird.com.
Gina, you remember that story we had about the, in Texas, the father who told little girl wouldn't finish her milk, I believe it was.
Yeah.
Go stand outside by that tree.
I was hoping we
And then she went
didn't
missing.
have this story.
She went missing.
Yeah.
This was on October 7th. That the stepfather, I think it is, adoptive father, it says, adoptive father. He reported her missing. Texas authorities on yesterday, discovered the body of a small child while searching for the 3-year-old girl. Sharon Matthews of Richardson, Texas, was reported missing October 7th. The body was found at 11 a.m. Sunday morning in a culvert underneath a road, according to a spokesman for the police. Now, they haven't, at least as of this writing, had not positively identified, but they're pretty sure it's this little girl, and nobody has been arrested, or nobody had been arrested as of the writing of this article.
But the parents were acting suspicious, refusing to talk.
Yeah. So, wait a second. Let's see. Matthews, he had been arrested and charged with abandoning a child as a result of his decision to put her outside. But then I think he was released, but now there are probably going to be more serious charges, I'm guessing, pending on that. Police are on the hunt here in Salt Lake City for a naked man.
What?
He'll be easy to spot.
Well, let's provide him with a couple, shall we? We could just run outside right now. No, this naked man, apparently, neighbors called 911. They said they saw a naked man trying to break into a car.
Looking for clothes, the poor thing.
Apparently.
Is that?
Well, they were unable to locate the naked would-be vehicle burglar. He was gone. But then sometime later, they got a call again from the same area. The naked man had returned, and he walked into an unlocked house and got into an altercation inside with the residents of the house. He's naked. Okay. During the fracas, he struck one of the people in the house, an elderly woman who was not seriously injured, but nonetheless had to be taken to the hospital. Unfortunately, the residents of the home didn't call 911 until about 30 minutes after the naked man had come into the house and started a fight, and now he's gone again. Anybody with any information about the naked suspect is urged to call the Salt Lake City Police.
I don't understand these stories where someone's found just naked in public doing.
Oh, come on! Yes, you do.
No, I don't.
It's okay.
I'm rarely
Gina,
naked at home. I don't get
Gina,
naked outside.
And you rarely do meth. You rarely do heroin. You rarely drink yourself into a stupor.
I can't remember.
Now, the times that you do, you might have done that. Well, Senator Orrin Hatch said he's really disappointed.
Yes.
In what?
over the withdrawal of Marino as drug czar. Pennsylvania Representative Tom Marino's decision to pull out gave this flawed story a victory, Hatch said.
What?
The story of, that Marino and Hatch were responsible for weakening or skirting around this law, drug enforcement law, that made it possible for thousands and thousands of OxyContin to go flooding out into the streets. It's clear from the outset that this story's purpose was to run Marino down, and I hated to see that succeed, Hatch said, as though he had nothing to do with it. A Washington Post investigation shows Marino shepherded legislation that severely limited the DEA's federal ability to crack down on drug companies' unscrupulous opioid distribution. The House and Senate unanimously passed the Ensuring Patient Access and Effective Drug Enforcement Act in 2016. Barack Obama signed it into law. Hatch drew criticism in the story in the Washington Post for his role in negotiating the final version of the bill. He called any suggestion that he helped perpetuate the opioid crisis through legislation offensive and completely baseless. That $1 million I have gotten from the drug companies had no. I would like to have heard this interview. He was on the air with Doug Wright.
You would have liked to have...
And I wonder if Doug Wright...
challenged him? No.
Held to his feet to the fire at all, or just said, we're so very, very grateful that you've taken just a moment of your time to tell us how this all unfolded.
I'd say trust your instincts on that one, Bill. I can't be confrontational or disrespectful to Brother Hatch.
Elder Hatch.
Yeah.
Ewan McGregor been caught smooching his Fargo co-star, or his Cargo faux star. I can't remember. Winstead.
Mary Elizabeth.
Smooching her.
We like her.
Smooching her.
Well, I think he's separated from his wife.
Is he?
They are not divorced, Gina.
I think
and Gina,
they're on their way.
They are, but are you going to stick up for Ewan McGregor because he's a star? But people that this just happens to in real life, you're always all over their case about it.
Not true.
Certainly not.
Yes, it is. You have told people on the phone where I've said, "Oh, you're separated. Go ahead, go for it." You have told them, "No, wait, don't." I distinctly remember this on several occasions. The 46-year-old dad of 4 and the 32-year-old Winstead, who played his lover on the FX series, shared a passionate kiss at the Good Life Eatery. Well, of course they did. They were at the Good Life Eatery.
Only good things happen there.
They were in the posh St. John's Wood district of northwest London. According to the picture published by The Sun, they were deep in conversation. They were together there for more than an hour, and as they left, she got onto the back of Ewan's motorcycle, and they sped off together, presumably to make sure those divorce papers had been filed. Nicolas Cage made a few questionable career moves for money, but he has drawn the line at being the face of a snack food.
Oh.
Why do you draw the line there, Nicholas?
I don't know.
Well, because they're not paying him.
Oh.
Yeah. On October 11, Film Nation, international distributor of the Larry Charles-directed movie about one man's hunt for Osama bin Laden, issued a statement repudiating suggestions that the star endorsed this corn-flavored snack, which was intended to be distributed to advanced ticket buyers. The film opens on December 12th in Japan. We were really surprised to hear this was being reported around the world. It wasn't that our company, or Riska, the manufacturer, just decided to make them. We were asked to do it by the film distribution company. A spokesman for Tokyo-based Yauken, the sales company, told THR, it's some product called umebao. They're little corn snacks, anyway.
Like corn nuts?
I don't know what they're exactly like.
But they had his face on the package.
Yeah, put his face on the package of the corn snacks.
And he's not getting any of that corn money.
And his name.
Yeah.
And he is outraged.
Well, he should get money for that.
Well, I think
he'd be fine if they were giving him money.
Yeah.
Sure. I mean, I think he's probably negotiating a deal with them right now, saying, "Listen, okay, they're out there. Give me some dough." I think that's Nick Cage. What's the name of this movie? Oh, Army of One. I guess Nicolas Cage.
It doesn't matter. No one will see it.
Are you kidding me? Nicolas Cage has had hit after hit after hit.
He's had hit.
No, come on. What are those national trust movies?
15 years ago. Isn't that a hit in...
Ghost Rider did okay.
Let me tell you about the Ghost Rider. No, they just did okay. Yeah. Let me tell you about that second Ghost Rider movie. You know when it's good? When he's not on screen. When the Ghost Rider is there, it's great.
That's pretty damn
That's
mean.
why you fast forward through it.
That's mean of you. Yes. I'm going to look up Nicolas Cage's...
Oh, that's true. He is in Kick-Ass.
Yeah.
And those were considered semi-successful because they were so cheap to make.
Yeah. All right, that's it.
Just a quick sports note. NFL has formally announced that your halftime Super Bowl 52 show will be, in fact, Justin Timberlake. And they are going out of their way to say there will be no surprise performers, which is their secret way of saying
Janet is not going to show up.
Janet is not going to show up.
Yeah. How about her nipple ring? Is that going to show up?
They're not commenting on nipple rings. Sports brought to you by Bad Apple, introducing low price guarantee on iPhone screen repair. Just bring in the advertised price from another business, and Bad Apple will beat it. Now 10 locations. Go to badapplerepair.com. Nice weather today, 64, partly sunny. Lovely fall day for you. We've got debris. Northbound I-215 at 62nd South. Crash westbound 123rd South Minuteman Drive. The right lane is closed there. We've got, let's see, crash northbound I-15, milepost 330. That's Layton Parkway in Davis County. Looks like that's about it. Brought to you by the 2017 Day of the Dead celebration, Saturday, October 28th, West Valley's Cultural Celebration Center. Authentic Mexican culture, food, beverages, and entertainment. Admission is $5 for adults, free for kids 12 and under. Go to culturalcelebration.org.
Right.
The Croods. He made a lot of money. The Croods, that made a lot of money. Of course, this last movie he was in, what is it? Joe, in 2014. That one made $373,000. That's all.
Wow.
All right, here's Boehner candidate number 3. How many of you think he's annoying? Come on, let's see those hands. An elementary school teacher forced a 9-year-old boy with autism to stand in front of his class twice last year while classmates voted on whether the boy was annoying.
Jeez.
When the boy began crying and turned away to hide his tears, the Marsh Point elementary teacher physically forced him to face back around at the class, compounding his humiliation, a lawsuit claims. In both incidents, which occurred in October of last year, the 4th grade teacher's conduct was outrageous on its face and caused the minor child to suffer from severe emotional distress, the suit says. By subjecting a 9-year-old to a public vote in which the remaining children in the classroom were instructed to raise their hands if they found him annoying, the teacher acted in a deliberate or reckless fashion to inflict emotional suffering on him. Apparently he has a speech impediment.
Aww.
And he has, he exhibits certain tendencies because of autism. And so the teacher thinks the best way to handle that is get him up in front of the class and ask the class to show of hands if he's annoying. Boehner candidate number 3.
There you go. Let's review the first 2 and vote.
So Boehner candidate number 1, this congresswoman from Texas knows how to prevent sexual abuse. It's the responsibility of the female, she says. I think many times men get away with this because they're allowed to get away with it, but women need to take responsibility and not be flirty and dress provocatively. Boehner candidate number 2, he was just lucky he wasn't thrown out of the pack entirely. This 11-year-old Cub Scout exiled from his den after pressing a legislator in Colorado, asking her about gun control. The den leader didn't like it at all, so she said, I'm throwing him out of this den. He's in another den in that pack now, but he's lucky he wasn't thrown out of the pack entirely. And Boehner candidate number 3, how many of you think he's annoying? Let's see those hands.
All right, there you go. Let's vote. You've got to decide which one of these 3 is the worst. Which one of these 3 should go forward to Boehner fight and possibly become Boehner of the Day. 1, 2, or 3. Put the number of the candidate that you think should win in the message of a text. And then text that to 33986. Easy. You can call, use your voice if you want, 877-602-9696. Or go to x96.com and look for the box that says Round 2, October 23, and vote there. If you don't see that box, refresh. It should appear. So we'll have Boehner fight at 9:25.
Got Geek news coming up after these, along with your winner of round 2. Let's vote. Boehner fight.
X96 gives you a 1-hour nonstop music wingding with John Smith right after Radio from Hell. You can.
I had a Mary Jane candy yesterday.
I've never heard of a Mary Jane candy.
Mary Jane's. Mary Jane's.
You
Never?
get that in Colorado?
It's you ever heard of Mary Jane?
No.
Famous old candy. Originally made in 1914.
That's probably stale.
By the Charles N. Miller Company, later by Stark Candy Company, now manufactured by Necco.
Oh.
And
did you go back to Backyard Birds?
no, my my 11-year-old daughter, little Mrs. Bill, went up to the 7-Eleven and came back and said, "Look, they have Mary Jane's up there."
She knows what that is?
Sure, she's had them before. But listen, we know candy in our family.
Old candy.
And new candy. They know all kinds of candy. The candy, Mary Jane's, Charles Miller invented this candy and named them after his favorite aunt, Mary Jane.
Ah.
And there's a picture of a little girl on
Wonder how his other aunts felt about that.
well, he had a favorite aunt, Mary Jane. Maybe he didn't have any others, but they're terrible.
Really?
I'd forgotten how terrible they are. I think they maybe used to be a little better. It's peanut butter, essentially, or peanut. There used to be peanut butter, sort of more peanut butter in them, and peanut butter and molasses.
Oh.
And they're chewy, like taffy.
Yeah.
But now they're just more sort of molassesy and sugary and very little peanutty. I was disappointed, but she was excited to find them and enjoyed them. Never had a Mary Jane? No. Would you eat a Mary Jane if somebody gave you one?
Not when you've described it, how terrible it is.
Well, but I mean, if I just said it was peanut butter and molasses, would you go, "Oh, I'll try that"?
Yeah.
You don't have anything against molasses? No. It's just kind of.
What would I have against molasses?
Well, I don't know. You have weird food things.
Molasses is fine.
I thought, I think it's.
I have things in common with molasses.
That's. Well, you're as slow as it.
Yes.
But in January, that's what my mother used to say. Would you hurry? You're as slow as molasses in January, which is I think the slowest of all molasses.
And I'm referencing Bugs Bunny twice again on today's show.
Yeah.
He was borrowing a cup of molasses from somebody. He had his coffee cup. Elmer shot a hole through it.
Uh-huh.
And it's snowing around, okay? And it starts to run out, and he goes, I didn't think molasses would run in January.
But
there you go. And then of course there's all different. There's blackstrap molasses, which is the realies. See, I didn't think you'd like molasses because it's too strong.
It's yeah.
Well,
it's like strong syrup.
You don't need a spoonful of it. It's an ingredient amongst other things.
Some people use it in lieu of syrup on things.
Ew.
They'll drizzle molasses on their pancakes or on cereals or whatever. I find it a little. Oh, and the brand of molasses that you buy in the grocery store
has a rabbit on it.
It's Brer Rabbit.
Yeah.
Brer Rabbit molasses. So I
insist on Brer Rabbit molasses.
I don't
when
think
buying molasses.
I don't think we can go into the whole reason that why Brer Rabbit might be on the.
Ask your grandpa about Song of the South, kids.
Yeah. Or when you go to Disneyland, what is it? Big Thunder
Splash Mountain.
Splash Mountain. Splash Mountain is full of characters that Disney no longer promotes or uses.
But they're in there.
Yeah, that ride.
But that's the only place. Your laughing place. Isn't that what they say?
Yeah.
Your laughing place.
That's where Brer Rabbit is.
Yeah. I like that ride, actually.
Always get wet.
And it's a nice place to cool off at Disneyland.
Mm-hmm.
Gina Barberi on X96.
All right, it's 8:45. Time to award round 2 of your boner voting.
And round 2 of the boner voting is brought to you in part by crispy roast potatoes.
And looking for a stress-free place for your holiday or birthday parties? Go to Fat Cats. Great food, bowling, glow-in-the-dark mini golf, arcade, prizes, fun for all ages. Fat Cats will work with you to customize the most entertaining party. Book today, fatcatsfun.com, and join us at Fat Cats on Monday night, 6 to 8 p.m. Bring your kids. It's a mixer.
Okay.
The all-knowing suit, our mystery consultant, says that it seems as though the top 5 boner candidate categories are racism, child abuse, animal abuse, stupid politicians, and shoplifting meat in pants. There is a certain truth to that. It's because that's what's been happening. We had boner candidate number 1. This congresswoman knows how to prevent sexual abuse. Eddie Bernice, she says she's old school. Yeah, but women got to stop flirting with men and being provocative.
Dress better.
Yeah. Boner candidate number 2, he's just lucky he wasn't thrown out of the pack entirely. It's a Cub Scout who very closely questioned a congresswoman on gun control. He's 11. The Cubs were told to prepare questions for the congresswoman.
Sounds like he fulfilled his end of it.
I think they were even given topics that said, you can ask her about these important subjects.
I'm betting that the congresswoman wasn't prepared for actual questions. She thought, the kids are going to come in, I'm embarrassed now.
And then boner candidate number 3, how many of you think he's annoying? Let's see those hands. A teacher humiliating a kid with autism in front of the class, 9 years old. Holly won the Fat Cats gift certificate. We hope to see you Monday, although I think the gift certificate's good for any time.
Yeah.
Hope to see you Monday at our mixer next Monday, Holly. The winner, Clear Cut, ran away with it, which surprises me. Boner candidate number 3. How many of you think he's annoying? Let's see those hands.
Oh, okay. There you go. That's your winner of round 2. It will go up against the winner of round 1 in Boner Fight. That happens at 9:25. One of those 2 will be Boner of the Day. Is this sponsored?
It's the most wonderful time of the year at Cabin Fever. They're celebrating creepy, kooky, mysterious.
By the way, they would like their money back.
No, I wrote it just like that with little musical notes. I'm supposed to sing it.
Well, then musical notes.
They got all your creepy, spooky Halloween stuff at Trolley Square, located on the corner of 5th South, 7th East in downtown Salt Lake. Cabin Fever, so much more than a card store.
All right.
This is the only way I can keep up on what's going on in the geek world is Kerry Jackson, Geek News on the radio.
And you should keep up on it because at the end of this Geek News, we have Thor Ragnarok tickets to give away.
Right.
And that's where I'm starting with.
Okay.
Thor Ragnarok, which opens here on the 4th, I believe, or the 3rd. I'm seeing it on Thursday, and it's in other markets. People have seen it.
Okay. Great. If it opens on the 4th, I have to compete with it in my performance.
Yes, you do.
It's and I'll review it for you on Friday after I see it on Thursday night.
Okay.
But speaking of reviews, my hero James Gunn, he's the writer and director of the Guardians of the Galaxy movies. He got on his Twitter, saw it, went to the screening, came back, and he writes, Thor Ragnarok is stunningly fun and hilarious. A modern, but maybe even better, Buckaroo Banzai / Flash Gordon. Splashy, colorful awesomeness. Okay?
Okay.
You think that would be enough?
Yeah.
But no, Geek Twitter has to step up and S on things, as they always do.
Sounds like a good movie.
I mean, this is his opinion, right?
Okay.
That's it. No one else has seen it. Certainly not this guy, who replies, whenever a critic says a superhero comic book movie film is fun and hilarious, that means the film is absolute trash.
Shut up.
It does? I didn't know that.
James Gunn replies, Sometimes there is truth in goofy things that people say. Other times those things are just goofy. P.S. I'm not a critic. They come back. A guy says, "God forbid a comic book movie be fun and hilarious."
Yeah,
Laugh out
exactly.
loud.
Yeah.
James Gunn replies, "A movie can be fun and hilarious and also heartbreaking and emotional and intense
Oh, come on.
and dangerous."
You're asking for too much.
You know what else is like that? Life. Then someone says the problem comes when people start saying all films should be this or that. And he says, James Gunn replies, "Agreed. The best way to kill a comic book movie is for them to all be approached the same way."
Right.
At which point, someone jumps in on him again. "Love you, James, but that's exactly what's happened with the Marvel Cinematic Universe."
They're not all the same.
They're not, and that's what James Gunn points out, except he uses the real words instead of the initials that I will be using. BS. Complete BS. They are becoming more and more diverse. Again, you just want to leave it there, but no, somebody jumps in. There is a safe element to the Marvel Cinematic movies, but they are certainly different from one another. James Gunn ends this beautifully.
Okay.
Drops the mic on the Twitter geeks. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 ends with a close-up of a raccoon crying because he realizes there might be a god. That's safe? What the F else do I have to do?
Yay!
I love James Gunn.
Yay!
All right, and speaking of other Marvel projects, I give you your assignment to do at work today because you're not going to work at work. You're going to watch the new Punisher trailer.
You're supposed to do right. Now, the only person you're punishing is yourself.
Oh, see what they did there.
Frank Castle, I got something I need to show you. I still have the video files.
Now, this is November 17th is the release date, and the trailer focuses a fair bit on Frank Castle's past, being used and abused in the military. Spends a lot more time on Frank's specific revenge story rather than the more general killing and mayhem.
I like the Metallica music.
Yeah. But we got the release date, November 17th. What's interesting is that very little fanfare in the release of this particular series.
Why would that be?
Geek Show is speculating that it's the climate that we're in. Netflix doesn't want to. I mean, he's a character that's difficult to like or relate to. I mean, he's a vigilante. He's the worst kind of vigilante. He's a killer. Yeah. He's a mass killer. Okay. And yeah, even though he kills only bad guys, he's still a murderer.
Okay.
So it's hard to support that.
Yeah.
What if you're supposed to?
But you know, it's and Geek Show believes that it's the times. I think Netflix has read the room and said maybe we just don't promote this a lot. But, we'll let the fans know it's there and they'll support it and we'll go from there. So we'll see. Let's see. I'm continuing to watch Star Trek Discovery on my CBS app. I use it through my Xbox.
I have only watched the first 2 episodes, but I really like it.
And,
how many have there been?
5. Well, 6 as of last night now. But I watched the 5th one. It's the first time I've had any real trouble with the app, but I chalk it up to high internet traffic at the time that I was watching because the picture was not great, and it only seized up once. But
How's Jason Isaacs?
Great. I love the whole cast. Everybody's really good. And CBS likes it so much, they have officially announced they're renewing for Season 2. And again, on the app exclusively. CBS All Access. So you're getting a Season 2. Here's a couple of games I want to tell you about. Of course, I told you about the Star Wars Secrets of the Empire. This is the VR experience that they're opening up at both Orlando and Anaheim. Mm-hmm. You don't have to go into the park to see this. This is at their downtown Disney-type places.
Okay.
The tickets are on sale now. They are $29.95. It's about 30 minutes long. You have to make a reservation. So there's that, and it's getting great reviews. People are loving it. Again, it's a virtual reality experience. And then there's this game. Think of the Children.
Won't somebody please think of the... That's the name of the game?
That's the name of the game, and the reason it's called Think of the Children is because it's your job to protect children from danger. Yeah. Like violent kangaroos.
What?
Yeah.
Oncoming traffic.
Yeah.
Won't someone please think of the children? I mean, you have to keep them away from exploding stuff and bookshelves that fall over, and that's just part of the game. It's got this Minecraft-like blocky graphics and a flair for the bizarre. It takes place flashback to key events in the parents' past, such as a birthday party in the park, a day at the local zoo, a visit to the Australian outback, and at some point your kids could get killed, and so you try to keep the kids alive.
I saved one of my kids from a rabid kangaroo just recently.
Did you?
Yeah.
Exactly.
You're a hero.
Think of the Children. It's now available on Steam, Humble, GOG, and other digital game stores. It was just such a fun little title. I had to tell you about it. Finally, this. Harrison Ford.
Don't say anything rude about Harrison Ford.
I won't.
Get off my plane.
It was just in that Blade Runner 2049, which is being called a failure.
Yeah,
because it didn't make...
Has not done well.
I think it'll make its money back eventually, but it just didn't do well in the theaters. It's people like me who are waiting to watch it at home.
But isn't it a big experience?
It was, and it will be a big experience on my wonderful screen that I have at home. During a lengthy interview with GQ, Harrison Ford talked about on the set and punching Ryan Gosling.
How'd that feel?
Oh.
I punched Ryan Gosling in the face. Ryan's face was where it should not have been. According to Ford, the whole thing was 90% Gosling's fault because he did not get out of the way of the punch.
Maybe he wanted to be hit by Harrison. Maybe he wanted to say he'd been hit by Harrison.
It's quite a story to tell, isn't it? His job was to be out of the range of the punch. My job was also to make sure that I pulled the punch. But we were moving and the camera was moving, so I had to be aware of the angle of the camera to make the punch look good, you know. I threw about 100 punches in the shooting of it. I only hit him once.
Okay.
Could have hit him 100 times.
Ford clearly respects Gosling for being an effing mouseketeer who's been acting since he was a child, says in the interview. So, to apologize, Harrison Ford brought a bottle of scotch to Ryan's dressing room. Nice gesture. Poured him a glass of the scotch.
Okay.
They both drank, and Ford walked away with the bottle.
Well,
what did he effing expect? A whole bottle?
Exactly. I gave you a drink. We have tickets to Thor Ragnarok. Our screening is on Monday, so don't call and try to win if you can't go on Monday. 877-602-9696. Traffic, we've got debris northbound I-215 62nd South. Crash westbound 123rd South Minuteman Drive in Salt Lake. The right lane is closed there. And just some slowage actually coming southbound around Point of the Mountain into Utah County. But other than that, looks like that's about it. I'm going to check our message stream quickly, see if we see anything there. Nope. Traffic brought to you by Haster Games. They have the best selection and the latest board games, Magic the Gathering, Dungeons & Dragons, and more. It's a great place to stay and play. Remember, Haster has it, 6831 South State, and online at hastergames.com.
All right.
So quickly, before we go to a break here, let me tell you about the Park City Culinary Institute. They're now offering just some individual cooking classes, and I took one of these at Park City Culinary Institute. They're really fun.
You had the churro class you did.
Now, this is not, Park City Culinary Institute is not in Park City. It's here in Salt Lake, down on State Street. Coming up on the 27th of October, holiday cookie baking.
Oh.
So you get to make cookies and
learn how to do them better.
Do nice, and then you get to eat them. It's fun.
I mean, that is part of the great part of this is that you get to eat everything that you cook.
The very next day, Chef Neville, I think it is going to be teaching this one. It's about how you can put things together, recipes together without using a cookbook or anything like that. Just here's what's in your fridge and here's what's in your pantry. Make something.
I just can't imagine.
November.
Well, you take the class, Carrie, then you can imagine.
Well, and Greg would be the guy to teach you.
November 3rd, they're doing essential techniques for Thanksgiving. November 10th, autumn root, vegetable, and grilled chicken. Ooh, that sounds good. So all of these classes available. Sign up for them now. You can find out about them by going to parkcityculinaryinstitute.com.
X96 is giving away tickets to see the Killers every weekday at 9, 2, and 5.
I thought we could do this for an X poll sometime, but I'll bring it up now just since we're talking about it. Festus came home last night. He's like, Mom, this is an exciting day.
Mom.
I said, what? He's like, I got my first rider. Rider is...
That's a conditions, backstage conditions.
What things you want backstage, like...
No brown M&Ms!
Yeah, like Mariah Carey has to have, peach-colored roses in her room. And I said, so what did you ask for? And he said, Red Bull. I said, that's it? That's all you asked for?
I told you can't have Red Bull.
I said, you don't even drink Red Bull. He's like, well, I didn't know what to ask for. I'm like, you can ask for... He thought that's what you're supposed to ask for.
Gina, that's what he told you he asked for. What he asked for was, I'd like an e-cigarette, some e-cigarettes, and some weed, and a lot of vodka.
But I thought it'd be a fun expo sometime to do. What would you put in your rider? What would
My
you...
backstage rider?
Yeah, like I have to have all white towels with scented rose water. I mean, those are the kind of things people ask for. Why what?
Why would you put all white towels with scented rose water?
Those are the kind of things people ask for.
Yeah, but why?
Because
you can.
I wouldn't.
Of course you would.
I would put, I don't think I would just say I would like it to be clean and orderly and maybe a fruit tray.
But maybe we do that for an expo, see what people would want for their backstage.
The guy who has to have it stapled precisely in the top left corner on an angle and not flat would really think that he would just want things in an orderly way?
Richie, are the pages ever stapled correctly? No. And when was the last time I ever said anything about it?
Okay.
When was the last time I ever said anything about how they were stapled?
No, but here's the point.
I once commented...
You like things a certain way.
Well,
so
sure.
if you have a writer, you would say, I like things stapled this way. And you'd spell it all out.
So entertain it. Have fun with
it. Because when he's doing the news live on stage, he will need it prepared backstage for it.
Yeah.
It's got to be done a certain way.
I give up. I would not do it. I've given up on that sort of thing.
I agree.
I've given up on that sort of thing because I know that the people who work behind the scenes are mostly clods. Take that how you will. And tamarind.
I'm all right with tamarind.
Are you sure?
Well,
Do you
like
know
A1,
what-
I must be.
Do you know what tamarind is?
No, I have no idea what tamarind is.
Okay.
What is it?
I'm not going to say.
You don't know.
Yeah, I do.
What is it?
It's a fruit.
Bill used to play the tamarind.
In the Mamas and the Papas.
In the Salvation Army. I was the tamarind player.
Hey, Mr.
Tamarind Man, play a song for me. We did it
It's
again,
the Gina B
yes.
and Richie T. There it is. That's the show you're going to get.
Does anybody here know what a tamarind is?
It's a fruit.
Now listen while I play my green tamarind.
It's a.
It's like a citrus kind of.
Yeah, it's kind of sour. It's very
Yeah.
sour. One of my favorite things to get at a Vietnamese restaurant is tamarind broth soup.
I like to get tamarind sodas at
It's related.
Mexican places.
It's related to the date.
Oh, I had no idea. There you go, tamarind.
Cousin of the date? Or
I think
neighbor?
no, it's related. So I believe it's an uncle. It's an uncle to the date.
Uncle Tamarind, shut up. We're tired of your stories about flavoring A1. We don't believe you.
Oh, these people have brought us a cake.
No, that's
oh,
not
no.
for us.
It's for size 9.
Happy
Is it your
25th
birthday
It's a
Oh, happy birthday.
You know what would be really funny is if that cake slid out of the pan right now onto the floor. Holding it kind of sideways.
Well, that's Dashboard Confessional.
Hey, I heard them.
They will be playing the X96 Toyota Nightmare Before Xmas 2017.
The hell you say?
Gotta be careful there.
Really?
Featuring Dashboard Confessional and this band. I don't know how, but they found me. It's, yeah.
What's the name of this one?
This is called Modern Day Kane.
Yeah.
But that's
It's so very 80s.
December 4th at the Complex. Tickets go on sale at 10 a.m. on Friday.
Now they have specially priced tickets while they last on Friday. $9.60 tickets. You can get them from noon to 1 at Jed's Barber Shop, the 9th South location of that.
That's like 1 something 9th
One
South.
167 East, 9th South. And then from 2 to 3, Gray Whale on Riverdale Road in Ogden, specially priced $9.60 tickets. Powered by Coca-Cola, Jed's Barbershop, Gray Whale, and Bud Light. Famous among friends, it's the 2017 X96 Toyota Nightmare before Xmas. Now we have a giveaway.
Yes.
It's the 9 o'clock giveaway that we never give away at 9 o'clock. You could win tickets to see The Killers. Just text the keyword human, H-U-M-A-N, human, not dancer. You're texting the word human. Thank you. Richie, appreciate it. 33986.
You know the success of the joke when he's the one laughing at it.
Yeah, that's a point. That's a point.
I was just looking quickly. I know we got a break here, but the guy who's directing that Thor Ragnarok, Maori, his last name is Watiti.
Yes.
And he didn't. He left no impression. They talked to one of his elementary school teachers in New Zealand, and she said, "I don't really remember him all that well. I do remember him. I didn't. I just remember him as one I thought would never succeed." That's hilarious.
That sounds about right.
He's good. I've seen a couple of his movies, Hunt for the Wilder People, and then that mockumentary. They come out at night, or they live.
The vampire movie with Jermaine.
Oh God, it's hilarious. That is so great.
Well, this Thor movie is opening up the doors for him.
Well, I would think
he'll be the next big thing.
Yeah, he's.
They're already talking to him about a couple of big projects that have been bounced around Hollywood. Akira specifically is a.
The Wrath of God?
No, you're thinking of.
Oh, I'm thinking of what's his name?
It's not Akira. It's
Akira.
Yeah. Akira is it's a anime, Japanese anime it's very beloved among the anime crowd, and they've tossed it around several times, and now he's looking at it. He said, maybe I can
have a look at it.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to know about this Watiti guy, just go find. I'm sure it's available on one of the streaming services. Hunt for the Wilder People is great, and then I know the vampire one. What's the exact title of it? You remember?
What We Do in the Shadows.
That's right. I know that's available on either Amazon or Netflix, and it's just hilarious.
All right, so coming up, we got Boehner fight at 9:25.
Yes.
And then a little bit of news before that, so stand by for all those things. And we still have more stuff to give away, I believe. Yes, we do.
Yeah, we have more Fat Cats cards to give away.
Brighton Family Dental.
Dr. Kelly Carroll and his associate, Dr. Melissa Jenkins.
We were actually talking to, I won't out him.
Oh?
But a frequent guest we have on the Radio from Hell show who said, I have a dentist appointment. We said, with Dr. Carroll, no, I've been going to the same dentist for a long time. And we said, no, you can break up with your old dentist and switch to Brighton Family Dentistry. That's what we all did.
Yeah, I mean, and he really is. I have been to a lot of dentists in my life, different ones.
Yeah, this is the guy.
He's the very best. I've had root canals before. They're excruciating.
Yep.
I went to Dr. Carroll told me you got to do a root canal on this tooth. I went, oh no, and he went, I'll be okay. I'll try not to hurt you. I mean, I swear to God, it did not hurt.
No, he's the guy.
Dr. Kelly Carroll, Brighton Family Dental. This is a great dental practice. Cosmetic dentistry, preventative dentistry as well. Call and make an appointment. 801-943-2020. That's 943-2020 or brightondentistry.com.
This is very important.
X96 is your home for non-stop music. We give you a 1-hour non-stop music wingding 3 times a day.
Nobody around here has been eating lead paint chips.
It is the 23rd century. Humans have left the lowly confines of planet Earth and have sought their destiny among the stars. While many things have changed, one constant remains: the need for young men to venture forth and do the work of the Lord. This is the tale of 2 such men who at the age of 19 have answered the call of their general authorities and are embarking on a 2-year mission to spread the gospel throughout the galaxy. This is the story of Space Elders! have just rendezvoused their warp-capable 10-speed bikes with the USS Pork Rind, a small craft manned, if you will excuse the misuse of the term, by pigs. Not your ordinary run-of-the-mill pigs, mind you, but sentient, talking pigs. Pigs in space!
Welcome aboard, gentlemen. I am Captain Link Hogthrob, commander of the USS Pork Rind. This is my first officer, Miss Piggy. And that pig over there is our ship's physician, Dr. Strange Pork.
Hello, elders.
Hi, I'm Elder Chris Jensen, and this is my companion, Elder Jensen.
Hi.
We represent the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints.
You know, the Mormons.
We have heard tales of your exploits from other space vessels.
Yes. Is it true that your church provides for eternal marriages?
Well, yes, ma'am, it is.
Eternal meaning in this life, in the next life, and forever and ever? Kind of like syndication?
Yeah.
Would the frog, I mean the groom, in question have to be a willing participant?
That's the way it's usually done.
All right, let's cut to the chase here. Does the Mormon Church recognize marriages between beings from different species?
Well, such as?
Pigs and frogs, you idiot! Don't you ever watch the show?
Well, I believe that you'd have to seek the counsel of your bishop. I don't think we're authorized to make such a decision here in the field.
I think we've reached the point in the sketch where I begin to assault our guest with karate chops. Hi!
No, wait. I think I can shed some light on the subject. Now, both you and the frog in question are made of flannel and have men's hands up your...
Elder Jensen!
No, what I mean is that you're both Muppets, and therefore not different species. I mean, I see no reason why you can't be sealed to one another.
Oh, Captain Hogthrob can marry people! You guys wait right here while I find my Kermie!
Will Elder Jensen get sent home for telling pigs and frogs that they can marry one another? Will Captain Link Hogthrob get sent home for marrying a pig and a frog? Will Kermit the Frog find a way to get our elders off the Muppet Show and back into normal space? Find the answers to these and far more exciting questions on the next tail-curling episode of Space Elders!
Radio from Hell with Carrie, Bill, and Gina on X96.
All right, 9:19 right now. We got Boehner fight coming up at 9:25. But first, a little bit of news.
A little bit of news brought to you by the 2017 Day of the Dead celebration, Saturday, October 28th at West Valley's Cultural Celebration Center. Authentic Mexican culture, food, beverages, entertainment for all ages. For more information, go to culturalcelebration.org.
Well, I'm surprised, Jeannie, you didn't mention this.
What's that?
Because, it's a chance for you to slam on BYU in some way, shape, or form. Troubled, and now this is in the Deseret News.
Uh-huh.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. This is Salt Lake Tribune.
Okay.
Apologize. I don't know why it just seems odd that they would begin the sentence this way. Troubled former BYU player Francis Bernard.
This isn't the first time he's been in trouble.
Well, I know.
That's why they...
he has been in trouble. He may not be troubled at all. I think that's making a character judgment. He may be just a jerk. Who knows? But at any rate, Francis Bernard, he's redshirting this season because he ran afoul of the school's honor code, was arrested Saturday morning suspicion of DUI. Bernard, who played running back for the Cougars in 2015, linebacker 2016, before being suspended prior to the Poinsettia Bowl, was booked into the Utah County Jail, ticketed for driving without a valid license and failure to have proper registration. According to jail documents, Bernard was booked at 2:30 in the morning and released 90 minutes later. Current BYU defensive back Marvin Hefo, a senior who did not accompany the team on its trip to North Carolina, was a passenger in the vehicle when it was pulled over in Utah County. He was cited for having an open container of alcohol in the car and released at the scene. BYU athletic spokesperson Duff Tittle.
Is that real?
Duff
Tittle.
I'm BYU spokesman Duff Tittle.
Oh, is it TIDD or TT or?
No, it's TT. Tittle.
TITTLE?
Tittle. Yeah. Duff Tittle.
Okay.
Said Sunday morning that Bernard did not enroll for fall semester at BYU. He said the school would have no further comment.
Yeah, he's been wanting to transfer, and maybe that's why it's not much of a story, is he's mostly out at BYU before this happened.
It's a big enough story that it was on all of the newscasts last night and in all of the papers. So,
if you're going to be mean to BYU, Gina, you have
to
always do it.
Yeah, come on.
You can't drop the ball and sometimes be nice.
Well, I don't think she's being nice to
No,
Duff
I think
Tittle
it's
or to Bernard.
I think if you're an active, member on the team and you're putting yourself out there as being an honor code follower, but he's not, and he's been trying
so
to
you're
get
supporting
out of school. No, I'm just saying.
Listen,
so it's okay he was drinking and driving.
It's not as big a story, I think, if he's trying to get out of being there. And
You're passing up the grand fine sports tradition of kicking a team when they're down.
Yeah, come on.
And that's
And I don't know why you don't think it's a big story when every news outlet is reporting it. Last January, 6 months after Fox News ousted its chairman amid a sexual harassment scandal, the network's top-rated host at the time, Bill O'Reilly, and I think this is kind of the first time this scenario has come out.
Yep.
Bill O'Reilly struck a $32 million agreement with a longtime network analyst to settle new sexual harassment allegations, according to two people who were briefed on the matter. An extraordinarily large amount for such cases. And I believe this was money that Mr. O'Reilly paid out of his own pocket.
And you do that when nothing happens. You pay someone $32 million when nothing happens.
The deal has not previously been made public. The network's parent company, 21st Century Fox, acknowledges that it was aware of the woman's complaints against Mr. O'Reilly. They were aware that he settled with her, and they signed him to a new contract for $25 million a year.
But Bill Harvey Weinstein.
They
Hillary Clinton email.
Allegations of repeated harassment, a non-consensual sexual relationship, and the sending of gay pornography and other sexually explicit material to her, according to the people briefed on the matter. It was at least the sixth agreement, and by far the largest made by either O'Reilly or the company to settle harassment allegations against him. Despite that record, 21st Century Fox began contract negotiations with Mr. O'Reilly and granted him a 4-year extension that upped his salary from $18 million a year to $25 million a year. Now they have, of course, subsequently fired him, but they paid him $25 million and said, "Go away."
Even after this.
And guess what? Our old friend James Toback.
He's not my friend.
This should come as no. Could we get a sarcasm coach in here?
Now, James Toback is the guy when we were up at Sundance, right?
Yeah.
Oh, that piece of S.
That guy who he had directed a documentary about Mike Tyson.
I thought
which
that
was
was
at
him, but I wasn't.
Film
I wasn't sure if it was him.
And Mr. Toback continued to. He used every guest that we have on when we do that kind of thing. They're kind of coached a little bit, saying, now. This is live radio.
Yep. It's terrestrial radio.
And in the case of Toback, it was live. Some of them we tape. But this is live radio, so just kind of watch your language. And, okay. So then he proceeded to say, I forget what it was, some really horrible term. It might have been a compound word with M and F in it, as I recall. And you
can't do
you
that.
Can't do that. Oh, I'm sorry.
No, and he went as far as to say I'm sorry. Nobody told me.
Yeah.
No, you were told.
But then he did it again.
Yeah.
Anyway, James Toback.
And he's icky. He's just icky.
Gino, I thought again, sarcasm coaching. Maybe I'll just have a little light that goes on when I'm being sarcastic, and then you'll know. I thought he was a perfect gentleman. Many of the women allege Toback approached them on the streets of New York City and promised them stardom. Subsequent meetings would often end up with sexual questions and Toback masturbating in front of the women. Or, I probably can't use that term. The 72-year-old director denied the allegations to L.A. Times, saying he never met any of these women. Or if he had, it had been for 5 minutes. That's all it took, wasn't it, James? 31 of the women spoke on the condition, 31 of the women spoke on the record, according to Louise Post, who was a guitarist and vocalist for the band Veruca Salt. And As the World Turns actor Terry Cohn. Actor Echo Dannon recalled an incident on the set of Toback's film Black and White, where he put his hands on her and said he would...
Yeah, don't just...
Yeah, no, I can't.
Let's just...
I can't go into that
He's a horrible
detail.
person.
Yeah.
Everyone wants to work, so they put up with it, Dannon told the Times. That's why I put up with it, because I was hoping to get another job. Toback did not respond to a request for comment.
It's Boehner Fight with Radio from Hell on X96.
That's funny. Oh, I'm sorry. Just got distracted by another story there that I didn't see. Here we go. The winner of round 1 going up against the winner of round 2. The 7 o'clock hour had this candidate win Boehner of the round. Did we leave out anything offensive? Virginia School Board canceling the football team season after students pretend to rape black classmates on Snapchat. This is a middle school football team. They did this in the locker room. And both black and white students participated, but that doesn't make it right or better or anything. No. So Boehner candidate number 1, did we leave out anything offensive? Going up against the winner of round 2 in the 8 o'clock hour. How many of you think he's annoying? Let's see those hands. A teacher allegedly held her class vote on a 9-year-old boy who has autism. The class, do we all agree he's annoying? Let's see those hands. Let's vote. That's Boehner candidate number 2.
There you go. You've got to decide which of these 2 candidates deserves to be Boehner of the day. This is it. It's Boehner Fight. 1 or 2. Remember the candidate number. Put that number in the message of a text. And then text that to 33986. Easy. Or you can call 877-602-9696. Use your voice to vote. Or go to x96.com and look for the box that says Boehner Fight October 23. If that box is not there, refresh. It should appear. You've only got 3 minutes to vote. So get it. Got it. Boehner Fight. Here we go.
Stay tuned for a 1-hour nonstop music wingding right after Radio from Hell on X96.
It is the 23rd century. Humans have left the lowly confines of planet Earth and have sought their destiny among the stars. While many things have changed, one constant remains: the need for young men to venture forth and do the work of the Lord. This is the tale of 2 such men who at the age of 19 have answered the call of their general authorities and are embarking on a 2-year mission to spread the gospel throughout the galaxy. This is the story of Space Elders! We join our elders as they pursue leads given them by zone leader Hansen. This episode finds elders Christiansen and Jensen trying to catch up to a rather well-known starship.
Captain, scanners show 2 small one-man craft closing fast.
Captain, they're hailing us.
Analysis, Mr. Spock.
Readings coming in now, sir. 2 single-occupant warp-capable 10-speed bikes.
Spock, enough with the details. Who are they?
There is a 99.7% probability they are LDS missionaries.
Mr. Sulu, go to red alert. Evasive maneuvers. Armed photon torpedoes.
Aye, Captain.
No good, Captain. They're still closing in on us. Mr. Sulu, ready phasers?
Phasers ready, sir.
Damn it, Jim. Don't you think that Starfleet would disapprove of you blasting away at unarmed missionaries?
As much as I hate to agree with the so-called doctor, I believe his logic is sound on this matter.
Don't bite me, you pointy-eared half-breed.
Bones, that's enough. Report, Mr. Sulu.
While you and the others were bickering about our strategy, we were boarded by the missionaries.
Mr. Sulu, where are they now?
Turbo lift number 7 en route to the bridge. Hi, my name is Elder Christiansen, and this is my companion, Elder Jensen. We represent the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints.
You know, the Mormons.
We're here to ask you if you've ever heard of our church, and if so, would you like to know more?
Spock, what does the computer have on these Mormons?
Fascinating, Captain. Church founded in the 19th century, has grown steadily since, preach a belief system involving an eternal afterlife, and encourage their members to abstain from drugs, including caffeine, gambling, and sex outside of marriage.
Elder Christiansen, is this accurate?
Yep, the pointy-eared half-breed is fairly accurate.
No sex outside of marriage. My God, how barbaric. We wouldn't be able to fill an entire hour of TV time if I didn't stop to have sex with green, large-breasted women with blue hair every week.
It would cause some difficulties for the riders, Captain.
Spock, see if you can sneak around behind them and use the Vulcan nerve pinch on them.
Excuse me, Elders, but you seem to have some lint on the shoulders of your dark suits. Let me be of assistance.
Quick, put them on their bikes and beam them into deep space.
Could this be the end of our elders? Would Starfleet really frown upon firing photon torpedoes at missionaries? Why was Dr. McCoy always hanging out on the bridge when he should have been in sickbay?
Radio from Hell with Kerry Jackson, Bill Allred, and Gina Barberi on X96.
9:33. Time to award Boner of the Day.
And Boner of the Day is brought to you by Grilled.
In part by.
Brought to you in part by a barbecue grilled ribeye steak and some crispy roast potatoes.
Looking for a stress-free place to hold your holiday or birthday party?
Yes, I am.
Go to Fat Cats. Great food, bowling, glow-in-the-dark mini golf, arcade prizes, fun for all ages. Fat Cats will work with you to customize the most entertaining party. Book today at fatcatsfun.com, and I believe we gave away a Fat Cats gift card to a random Boner voter.
We did indeed. His name is Emilio. So we had Boner candidate number 1. Did we leave out anything offensive? The team Snapchatting that hideous, racist, rapist video. And number 2, how many of you think he's annoying? Let's see those hands. A teacher holding a class vote on an annoying boy with autism. The winner, Boner candidate number 2. How many of you think he's annoying? Let's see those hands.
That is your Boner of the Day for Monday.
So I got this email, and I think, Dylan, did you get that picture okay? Hang on for 1 second. Before you put it up. Don't put it up yet. Don't. Hang on 1 second. Go to x96.com/live. You need to time these things.
Okay.
I got this email over the weekend from Brady. A couple of weeks ago, you 3 were talking about costumes for Halloween.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And questioning the appropriateness of an adult dressing up as 11 from Halloween. Or from not, it says
Stranger
from Halloween.
Things.
He means from Stranger
Things, yeah.
This was hard for me to hear because I had put together an 11 costume. I wore it to a party on Saturday night, and while people did tell me that my legs looked really good, I didn't. So it was the sexy 11 costume, you know.
Yeah.
And it says, "Well, my legs look good. I didn't receive any flack for having a too sexy of a costume. Crisis averted. But just to be sure, I want to run it by you guys and make sure it's not too sexy, because I'll do it again on Halloween. I've attached a photo for your judgment. Here it is." Not too sexy.
Not sexy 11.
No. He's. I like the background. He's done the background.
Yeah.
Just like the movie Stranger Things, and that's Brady with his beard and a blonde wig and a dress.
I'm not worried about.
Brady.
No.
You're okay.
You can keep going with it, Brady.
This is okay. If you go around and say to people,
he was worried he might be too sexy.
Yes, Dylan.
Yeah. So for people listening and not watching on Radio from Hell TV, Brady is a bearded, hairy gentleman.
Yeah.
Wearing a very bleach blonde wig.
That's kind of a baby doll dress, I guess.
A baby doll dress that's yellow, and his large, hairy man legs and knee-high or shin-high socks.
He's got the costume down.
Yeah. It's a good costume. It's just physically he doesn't fit the part.
No.
It's funny.
Yeah.
It's funny.
So there's the photo. I'll tweet that photo again in a couple of seconds so you can see how Brady did there.
No, it was the sexy 11.
Well, that's what he was going for. He was going for the sexy 11.
It's not working.
But it just didn't work. Not at all.
Not working.
Sorry, Brady. And in other news, I don't have anything else. That's all I have.
That's it?
Well, I mean, no. Well, actually, I've got more email if you want to. I got a couple of email that were. Here's a nice email about you, Gina.
About me?
Yeah.
Sure. Of course, you were forgetting to do that.
No, I would never forget this. This was something that somebody posted on the Radio from Hell Facebook page.
What's that?
I met Gina in person today, and I must say, what a class act.
You sure it was me?
I don't know. It could have been somebody classy who said they were you.
Let's continue. Maybe we'll find out.
Thank you for letting me listen, and thank you for allowing me to meet you. I've been tuning in since before pagers were a thing. Love you all, and thank you for being awesome. You've had a hand in shaping the mind of a young idiot. And I have to say, Carrie's passionate political rants get my brain wheels cranking. You guys are rad.
Aw.
But you already knew that.
No.
Thanks for the laughs. Keep those boners coming. And again, thanks for letting me listen. It's from Mark Brinton on Facebook.
It doesn't say where he met me.
But you're a class act.
Well, where was the last time you can remember being classy?
Think hard.
We may have to take a while for that. I don't know.
I don't remember being classy.
Damn it.
Keep
Keep
it classy. Did anybody say
Diego?
keep it classy, Gina? No?
Oh, well.
Thank you, Mark.
That Chester Bennington tribute show?
Yes.
That
Where is that?
we were giving tickets away for at the Hollywood Bowl.
Yeah.
On October 27th. They're going to stream it live.
That's smart.
Via Lincoln Park's YouTube page. So that'll be October 27th in the evening.
That'll be
in case
nice.
you wanted
Very
to see
nice.
that. So a lot of people were asking about that. And
do the Billy Corgan thing.
I don't want to read that. It's just Billy Corgan has gone off the edge.
No, Bill thinks he's fine.
What did he do this time?
He's a friend of Alex Jones.
He is?
Yeah.
And he wants to be called William.
He wants to be called William.
Well,
he's
now, if that was the only thing, if he just said, I'd like people to call me William
it's
now,
too
I'd be
late.
okay.
He's like
But
mid-40s is too late to start going by William.
He didn't say he's a 9/11 truther, but he doesn't understand why it's wrong to ask questions.
Yeah,
you know,
crazy.
That take.
Yeah.
And also, he saw somebody transform into a lizard person.
Well, that
and
I read.
He was not on drugs.
No, that I read, and I believe that. That's fine.
So
You know, it
You
was
ever
out.
seen somebody transform into a lizard person?
No, but a toaster talked to me once. So it's pretty frightening.
It can be.
It's frightening when an inanimate object all of a sudden starts talking. It's not a cartoony thing.
No.
It's scary. And toasters don't have pleasant voices.
What do they sound like?
The brave little toaster did.
No, yeah. Well,
he was John Lovitz.
That was a cartoon. That was a cartoon.
You know the voice of the brave little
Why wouldn't he?
Why
wouldn't he?
Go on YouTube.
It's famous.
You'll see it.
It's a famous cartoon.
It's a famous cartoon.
I know, but
all right.
I'm sorry that you know those things, Carrie, but it's just because you pay attention. That's all.
I don't know why some things stick and other things don't.
I don't remember the last time I was classy.
Well, see, you know what I'm going through.
And it was probably only a few years ago that he met you. Back when you were classy.
You didn't call him names or punch him. You were a class act.
Maybe did you offer anyone a martini recently
No.
at an event?
No.
Did you? You didn't show off too much thigh like Catherine Zeta-Jones.
I never show any thigh.
Oh, that's right.
Maybe
Always pants.
Pantser.
Always pants.
That's her in pants.
Okay, we'll take a break. We'll come back. I got to tell you about Diamonds Direct, though.
Yeah, their showroom is really incredible.
It's really amazing.
It looks like you go in there and you'll think everything will be really expensive. But don't let the nice surroundings fool you.
No, because they've figured it out.
Diamonds Direct, they have an incredible selection of engagement rings and loose diamonds. But they got tons of jewelry that's not bridal as well, of course. They've got, eternity bands, diamond bracelets and fashion rings, pendants, stackable rings, pearls, colored gemstone rings, exquisite designer jewelry, all the latest trends. So it's the gift buying season as we're heading toward Christmas. You might want to get somebody something really elegant at Diamonds Direct, the store that's really shaking things up here in the Valley with exceptional value, unrivaled selection, uncompromising quality. They have a direct connection with the diamond cutters and dealers in Israel, Tel Aviv, I believe. Mm-hmm. So find a reason to get in there and check them out. It's really a special place. 6400 South, right across from the Fashion Place Mall. It's Diamonds Direct.
X96 is giving away tickets to see the Killers every weekday at 9, 2, and 5.
I like your shirt, by the way. New shirt? No. What?
Old shirt.
You never wear it, though.
No, I don't.
Why not?
I don't know.
It's a nice shirt.
I don't wear it very often.
Well, you should.
Okay. Great.
I gave you a compliment.
Then maybe I will. I will wear it as often as I ever do, which is not often. It's a shirt that I bought. I remember exactly when I bought this shirt. It's when there was an Old Navy over here on 4th South.
Mm-hmm.
Over there
where
on 4th
Trader
South.
Joe's is going to be.
Yeah. And there was an Old Navy there. And I went in there one day, and they had this big pile of shirts on the floor. I'm not kidding, as Old Navy does sometimes. And they said, all of the shirts in this pile are $1.20. I'm not kidding. $1.20. And I thought, this shirt being $1.20, that's negative money.
Yeah. It costs more than that to...
Yeah, there's more material in this shirt. There's more little, Vietnamese or Singaporean child finger blood in this shirt from sewing the buttons on. And so I bought it for $1.20 off the floor at the Old Navy.
You would not think that.
It's not. It's just a dumb shirt.
You should have kept the receipt in the pocket. My sister bought a coat
But we
once.
never do a 120 time check, Gina. So
my sister bought a coat once that was on sale, and it ended up being $7, and she kept the receipt in the pocket so that anytime anybody said, I like that coat.
Her sister, Minnie Pearl.
No, Mikkel.
Just to prove.
I like that coat. She'd say, $7. No, it's not. I have the receipt. She kept it in the pocket.
Right there. Right
$7 coat.
That is the coat. See, again, that's the kind of thing that the Barbary girls are interested in.
$7? I don't believe that was $7.
But you could have a debate with some other people about,
the political situation in Tibet or the existence of God. But when you're debating with the Barbary girls, it's whether Bill Murray is going to go crashing parties and how much the coat cost. Is she the good-looking one?
They are all good-looking.
No, they are not.
Yes, they are. All of my sisters are good-looking.
Lolita!
Certainly not. All right, let's get this over with.
One is better looking than the others.
No, they are all good-looking.
It's that one that's really good-looking, and then there's there's an okay one, and
I
then
get
there's
phone
that other
calls
one.
every time you do this.
Which one is he talking about?
They know.
Yeah,
They know.
all. I'm surprised they call. All they have to do is look in the mirror.
Yeah, you
It's
knew.
me,
All
Come
they
on.
have to do is look at a family photo, Gina. They'll all point to the good-looking one.
All the Barbary girls know. They know who the good-looking one is. It's true.
So we're not making these things up.
Bill Allred, Gina Barberi. What you got there is Radio from Hell on X96.
First of all, my apologies. John Lovitz was not the voice of the toaster and the brave little toaster. He was the voice of the radio.
Oh,
Deanna Oliver was the brave little toaster.
Carrie's apology brought to you by Performance Toyota Bountiful. See the amazing specials on all remaining 2017s at toyotabountiful.com. Putting a smile on your face every day. Performance Toyota Bountiful.
Let's see. So instead of The Walking Dead, it's The Walking Gingerbread.
Huh?
You need to watch this.
It's a Sesame Street.
So is this a visual thing?
I mean, it is. We're going to play a little bit of it. It's up on the Radio from Hell Facebook page, and I tweeted a link to it, and I just love it. I needed it today.
The Cookie Monster is Rick Grimes.
He's Sheriff Graham, not Grimes.
Graham. Sorry, Graham.
Oh, I get that. Yeah, okay. Because it sounds sort of like that.
Oh boy, me must have dozed off. Okay. Time for cookies.
And they're gingerbread
zombies.
And they took his cookies and are eating his cookies. Oh, I see.
Doro, macaron.
Walking gingerbread eating cookies. Macaron is macaron.
So they...
Oh, boy,
She
what
looks
kind
like
of
Michonne.
monster
Well, yeah.
would eat someone's cookies?
So if you
They
could
are
see that...
Crumbies. Come from a bad batch of gingerbread. The Crumbies are eating all our cookies.
Oh, what a nightmare. What we going to do?
It's okay, Sheriff. If we don't open any boxes of cookies, they'll go away.
Well, that's going to be a problem, I can tell, right?
Cookies right now.
You just have to wait till later, Sheriff Graham.
If the Crumbies
Yeah.
hear you open a box, they will come and eat our cookies.
Yeah, but how can me control myself and stop eating cookies?
So if you
Try
could
singing.
see this...
Now, see, there's an inherent flaw in the
What?
plot there, in that... well, no, I guess not. Cookies are eating other cookies.
Yes.
All right, okay, all right.
Yeah.
It'll make you happy. Go to...
Do they have those two old guys sitting up in the balcony anywhere?
They should.
Statler and Hilton?
No, Waldorf.
Wow.
Hilton. It's another
Different hotel.
Yeah, Waldorf.
I just love that they've... And it's like a 5-minute long parody. They have weapons. They have a spatula and a whisk.
So when you see that, it's really funny.
Of course, the big news, and I'm surprised that Gina didn't share it.
What?
The big news.
Yeah?
The Magnum PI reboot.
What?
I didn't share it because this is a terrible idea.
CBS is doing.
Why do you say that?
Because Magnum PI is Tom Selleck. You can't redo that.
You can do it in a different way.
Then make a different show and don't call it Magnum PI.
You know, Magnum PI was not Tom Selleck. As far as I was concerned, Magnum PI was, what's his name, Higgins. That's who Magnum PI was.
So you got to cast Higgins as well. The new Magnum PI follows Thomas Magnum, decorated ex-Navy SEAL who, upon returning home from Afghanistan, repurposes his military skills to become a PI. With help from his fellow vets, Theodore T.C. Calvin,
helicopter pilot,
and Orville Rick Wright,
restaurant owner and mob associate,
as well as that of a disavowed former MI6 agent, Juliet Higgins.
Female Higgins?
See, this is
Who's going to play Zeus and Apollo?
No.
Magnum takes on the cases that no one else will, helping those no one else to turn to. Here's the thing, though, is that I mean, you've got to have one charming dude playing Magnum.
Yeah.
That's the problem that they're going to have,
This will fail miserably.
Because the same people who did the reboot of MacGyver are behind this for CBS,
And that didn't work
and
either.
that failed.
Well, it's because they didn't have a...
Richard Dean Anderson.
You know, Richard Dean Anderson sucked.
No, he didn't.
He was not a good...
He was MacGyver.
So,
It was a terrible show.
and the reason that they're doing it is because they're pointing to the success of Hawaii Five-0.
Works quite well, apparently.
Yeah, but Hawaii Five-0, it works because it's set in Hawaii.
It was Jack Lord.
Nobody cared about Jack Lord.
It was South Pacific Man, Al
See,
Harrington.
You can't even.
It was Al Harrington.
No, nobody cares.
None of them were on the new one.
It's a TV show that's set in Hawaii.
I'm being Gina. I'm being Gina. The old one. That's the only one you could do. It was Dano. It was what was his name? MacArthur. James MacArthur.
No, it's different.
It's not different in the slightest. If you do it
There
well,
isn't a star.
If you do it,
You say Magnum PI, you think Tom Selleck. You say Hawaii Five-0, you struggle to think of who was in that. It's not the same thing.
no, you don't. It's Jack Lord.
Is MacGyver still on? Guy is saying that MacGyver's still on because I thought
MacGyver?
I thought it got canceled.
Yeah, I think it is.
And they're also pointing at the Lethal Weapon reboot. Is being successful.
No, that didn't work.
Yes, it is successful.
Yeah, it's doing
and it's
well.
actually pretty funny. I watched one. It's pretty good.
Well, I'm not getting behind new.
As a matter of fact,
Magnum
I
PI.
wish whoever that guy is that's playing the Mel Gibson part, I wish that he had played
The Mel Gibson part?
Yeah, he's better.
Well, he would have probably been 12.
Well, I know, but he's actually better than Mel Gibson. It's a better performance as Mad Dog. What's his name?
Now everyone's casting Magnum PI.
Who do you cast as Magnum?
John Hamm.
He's too old.
Come on, Tom Selleck. And Tom Selleck's voice was too high. That was what was that a spin-off? Oh, it was a spin-off from Rockford Files.
Magnum PI?
I think. Well, I know Tom Selleck got to kind of burst onto the scene finally, playing a character on the Rockford Files. He was a rival detective. Might not have been Magnum, but that's kind of what gave him a boost into that role.
Yeah, and see, Guy wants the Jake and the Fat Man reboot. We need that one.
Jake and the Fat Man.
Sure, why not? That'd be great.
You get John Cleese to be Higgins.
When's
How
the
about
Barnaby Jones remake? When's the Barnaby Jones remake? When's the Cannon remake happening?
Now, Barnaby Jones with Buddy Ebsen. Buddy Ebsen was already too old to be Barnaby Jones. That should never have happened.
Kids, these are all old shows you've never heard of.
Right.
Never heard of any of these.
Well, it doesn't. Go ahead and reboot it then.
When's the T.J. Hooker reboot?
Why don't you just boot something instead of rebooting everything? There are no new ideas. You just remake everything.
Well, we bring along a new idea and you don't like it. That tattooed lady show.
Yeah.
We gave you a tattooed lady show and you're not watching it.
Margaret,
Maybe you'll watch Magnum
what's her name?
PI.
What was the show?
I can't remember.
We give you original content all the time, and all you do is
Blind Spot.
Blind Spot.
Margaret Blind Spot.
We give you the stuff, and you don't watch
People don't like it, so we'll just go back to what we know.
So the streets of San Francisco, that's coming back.
Oh, hell.
Magnum PI had a good theme song, though. If they bring it back...
Well, that was what's his name who did every theme song.
If they
he
bring
did
it
Hawaii
back,
Five-0.
they have to...
What was
they
that
keep the
composer's
same
name?
here, Carrie.
What's that composer's name? He did every theme song around that time. He did Hawaii Five-0 and Magnum and everything.
I don't know. That's a good theme song.
Yeah, boy, that's...
It is. That's an action show is what that is. There's stuff happening on that show.
Yeah, Chris Bratt could be Magnum PI.
He doesn't need to be on TV anymore.
Mike Post? Is that who you're thinking of?
Mike Post. Look up Mike Post. You'll see how many he did.
He did all of them?
All of them, I think. He became a multimillionaire by doing that.
All right.
Rockford Files, Magnum P.I., the greatest American hero, Gina.
Believe it or not.
They did redo that. We talked about that.
Yeah, it is being redone.
He went on, and this is all Mike Post. Hill Street Blues, L.A. Law, Quantum Leap, The A-Team, NYPD Blue Renegade.
I bet he has a nice house.
I bet he does. He did all the Law and Order themes.
Everybody needs law and
order. That's back when I used to sing theme songs. All right, let's
McLeod.
Let's put
all right.
McLeod.
Do you know if our consultant is listening to this break?
Why did you? I don't understand.
We're all out of a job.
I don't know why that break was necessary.
It wasn't. It just for us. This was for us. We get to do stuff for us.
Well, just you gotta sometimes. Okay, fair enough. All right.
Oh,
ready?
God. Yeah. What? Oh,
promo.
That? All right.
Yes.
You remember your job.
Quincy. Sorry.
Sam, where's my sandwich? Sam. Sam.
Sorry, Gina.
On Tuesday's Radio from Hell show.
At 6:45, it's the X-Poll. What is the scariest movie you've ever seen?
Then at 8, Sister Dottie S. Dixon from Spanish Fork will be in the studio.
At 9 a.m., we'll give away a keyword for Killers tickets.
Well, that's all on Tuesday's Radio from Hell show here on X96.
Simon and Simon.
Oh, Gerald McRaney, he's had a great career since then. What happened to that other empty barrel?
Don't know. I'm just glad. Yeah, all right. Okay. Is that good?
Yeah.
Live long and prosper, bitches.
Don't you know who I am?
I'm rarely naked at home.
John Smith is next.
A 1-hour nonstop music wingding starts now. Utah's original alternative, X96.